Geek Talk.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen.
There it was.
Right there?
I think so.
There we go. Testing. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I was turned down.
You gotta cut that out later.
I got it.
Alright, everybody, welcome to episode 1 of Geek Talk, the dark side and the white side. The closest thing that we can say to the other thing without getting sued by Disney and or George Lucas. My name is David Jackson. This is...
John Smith.
And...
Cajun Prime.
And today, we're going to be going over a lot of different things that we've been wanting to talk about for a while. Mainly, we're reviewing a lot of the big geeky movies this year. Like, everything that's come out so far that most of us have seen, some of the stuff that you guys haven't seen. We're going to be talking about that, and we're going to be talking about the stigma of being a geek. And just because you don't like something, doesn't mean you got to be an asshole about it. I mean, like, a lot of us don't like movies, but we don't hate people because they do like it. So we're going to start the show off with a movie that we're pretty sure everybody's seen by now because it came out in February. First movie we're going to talk about, real quick, Deadpool. A lot of people are saying best comic book movie of the year. A lot of people are saying that. I mean, like, we still haven't seen Suicide Squad and Doctor Strange, but I personally enjoyed the movie. I thought it was really good. I thought it was fun. It's not a kid's movie. Like, if my daughter was a little older, I'd let her watch it, but not right now. What do you guys think?
Deadpool is bae.
It's probably one of the best comic book movies of all time.
It is, though. It was perfect.
Not just the year, like all time.
Yeah, easily. They stuck very close to the source material, and you can tell that the actor, Ryan Reynolds, and the producers and director and writer...
They gave a shit.
Yeah, they
That
actually
was
cared
pretty
about the
much
source
it.
material. It wasn't just about...
They didn't want to sew his mouth shut.
Right.
And they made fun of that, too.
Exactly.
The fact
Yeah.
that they used the fact that Deadpool breaks the fourth wall and just knows everything.
He broke 16 walls.
Yeah, he broke,
16.
yeah. That was a lot of...
Hodge twins breaking walls.
That
That's
was right. Y'all can't see what I just did. It's probably a good thing,
Only
actually.
for the better.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, but I mean, Deadpool was definitely the way to start out the superhero geek movie season. Like, it was a really fun movie. The jokes were great. I mean, Stan Lee, Rob Liefeld both had cameos. Like, one's the creator of the character, one's like known as the father of Marvel Comics. So
Just imagine, every other producer putting out a movie this year saw Deadpool and went, fuck.
Right. We gotta live up to that now.
well, that's
The
something
bar.
that we have to do now.
Right.
Right. I mean, wow, it was... They set the bar so... For movies, period.
Right.
Being a comedy, being a love story... That
And it really was.
You weren't
And
tired
a lot of people don't get
Yeah.
that, but Deadpool was
Right.
actually a good love story.
Yeah,
I
There
mean,
was a
you
reason why
weren't
it came out on Valentine's Day.
right.
great.
I mean, the entire point of the movie was the guy was trying to save the love of his life, and like he was trying to make sure she wouldn't get hurt because of him.
You cannot say it's not a love story when a guy lets his girl fuck him in the ass. That is love. I don't care what anybody says.
That's a deeper love than I've ever experienced.
It's a type of love that I don't want to feel ever.
But I mean, that definitely started out with a quite literal bang, I guess.
yeah, it did. It was great.
Um,
And everybody's heard this already. Deadpool, first man to turn a hoe into a housewife.
right. He really
Love
was.
story.
He really was. Oh man, like it was such a great film. But like, if you haven't seen it by now, I mean, right now we're recording this show in July. If you haven't seen this movie yet, what the hell is wrong with you? Please go out, buy a copy, rent it, download it on Vudu, PlayStation Network, Xbox Live.
Redbox.
I'm gonna make Sparkles watch it. I already got her playing Pokemon.
Right,
So
so
I'm gonna get her to watch Deadpool.
right, there you go. I mean, people need to see this flick. Again, started it off big, and then, I mean, from there we got, like, the most anticipated superhero movie in probably the last decade.
Most controversial, too.
Most-
How many what people thought about it.
Yeah, easily most controversial. Like, I mean, it was getting hate when the trailers just came out.
Right.
Before we see the final film, it was getting hate. And a lot of people still hate it now, even though they really didn't watch it. Like, they just glazed over it and thought it was stupid. Batman versus Superman. I will admit that watching it the first time, watching the regular edit of it, it was just okay, in my opinion. I liked it. I thought it was a fun movie, but like there were parts of it that I was like, this doesn't make any sense. This doesn't fit. Why is this person doing this? A lot of the Lex stuff in the original cut kind of threw me off because like it didn't really work for me. But then when the Ultimate Cut, which just came out on digital, a week ago? 2 weeks ago?
About 2 weeks
It was
ago.
about 2 weeks ago.
When that came out, like, they started filling in the blanks. It's a half-hour longer movie, and it really doesn't feel any longer. John and I
It goes
both...
by faster, actually, than the original cut.
It really does, and, like... you
Fills
see-
in all those spots that you didn't understand in the original cut.
Yeah, and the people that are hating on this movie, like, apparently haven't seen it. or like are used to what were we saying? They're used to the Marvel fun movies. They got to be
Right.
jokey and stuff the entire time.
Right, they weren't used to a serious superhero movie.
And I mean, not everything needs to be the entire movie. Like we got a reason, and actually, Cajun pointed this out when him and I watched the Ultimate Edition. We got a reason for Bruce Wayne to be mad at Superman. It wasn't just like, I don't trust this alien. It was, I don't trust this alien because I watched him destroy a city. I watched his people destroy part of our planet. That's why I don't trust this guy.
He was literally right there in the city seeing it all happen.
Yeah.
It begins, if you haven't seen it, it's your fault. It's been out of, I don't know how many months now.
March
was
out.
theatrical.
It starts off literally from the very end of Man of Steel. And actually before the end of Man of Steel.
Mhm.
Batman vs. Superman starts during the end fight, where Superman and Zod are just tearing the shit out of Metropolis. It was just great. You see Bruce running around doing his Bruce Wayne thing. I'm not sure if he was quite Batman during that scene, though.
He
don't
was,
know if you know. Was he?
He was Batman
Yeah,
already.
he was. So he's a step up.
What, it was 15, 20 years? How long did they say he was active?
I think
Okay.
they said 15.
Yeah, 15
I
years.
missed that part then.
They didn't say it in the
Still.
movie, they just said it behind.
Yeah, it was like behind the scenes stuff,
Yeah.
just like the
Oh, I
suit,
didn't
just
watch
the
that.
Robin suit, like behind the scenes. They
Yeah, I mean,
confirmed it was Jason
it
Todd and
makes
everything.
sense. It just, I wasn't quite
But, I mean,
sure.
and honestly, Ben Affleck is the Batman we've needed to see on the big screen for a very long time.
He was
Surprisingly
perfect.
so. I remember when that shit broke on Facebook a couple years ago, and we were like, we're not seeing this.
Right.
We're not paying for it.
Right, and actually it was John's fault that I got really excited for it because he made me rewatch Daredevil. He made me watch the director's cut. And honestly, like, that movie was not Ben Affleck's fault.
No, he did a
He was a
did
good
a decent
Daredevil.
memory.
Yeah.
Just the script was terrible.
The script was horrible.
Elektra was terrible.
Yeah.
The editing of that movie was awful. The
Yeah,
way it
it
was all
was-
cut together. Like,
Yeah.
they started at the end. Like,
Yeah, and the director's cut actually makes that work a little bit better, but
I feel like
still.
it was another time when Fox went in and screwed with a bunch of movies.
Yeah.
Like Fantastic Four.
Oh, did we leave that one off the list? We did. We left that off the list. Well,
I thought we were talking about superheroes.
yeah,
There's
we're
a
talking
reason
about
for
good
that.
movies. But Batman vs. Superman, like, if you guys haven't, I challenge anyone that said they hated it to watch the Ultimate Edition if you've seen the regular edition already. Watch both editions, and then I guarantee your opinion will change. You might not like it, but you won't hate it, because
Right.
it is a much better movie with the Ultimate Edition.
It's not a fight movie. And
It's
that's
not.
what a lot of people don't understand. They were
It's-
expecting the bang bang shoot 'em up. And no, this is a very plot driven film. If you don't like sitting through plot, you're probably not going to like it.
It's
As
very
is.
character driven.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we actually, without getting origin stories for Batman or Wonder Woman, we actually get a good version of both of those characters.
Mhm.
Excuse me, Gal Gadot easily steals the show. Easily chooses the scenery when she's on set. Like, you know that Wonder Woman is in the room.
I
Like,
just can't unsee her in Fast and Furious. I can't do it. There's nothing wrong with her in the movie. I just can't unsee her. Her
Yeah.
role, she's typecast for me.
I mean, she really was, though. Like, she played essentially like a superhero version of her character from Fast and Furious. But, so.
No, I'm not mad at it. I
Yeah.
just, in my head, I couldn't. It's like I just watched this movie with, oh god damn it, now I can't think of his name, and you're probably gonna punch me in the face for this. Plays the Hulk, the new
Mark
one.
Ruffalo?
Yeah, Mark Ruffalo. I watched a movie with him the other night, and I actually didn't think of him as the Hulk the entire time.
Yeah, I watched him
He's
in
a good actor.
And
Spotlight.
Now you see me as well. Like,
Yeah.
you don't see him as Bruce Banner in
I
that.
just saw Now You See Me Too a couple weeks ago.
Like,
and that
you
was
see him
great.
as a completely different character. Like, you're not watching him going, he's going to Hulk out any minute.
No,
Honestly,
that
though,
was
with Gal Gadot and this, like, I really felt her. I felt her as Wonder Woman, especially when you finally get her to see her fully realized as
Right.
Wonder Woman.
On that scene, that smirk when she gets knocked down.
Yeah, yeah, she actually did more damage to Doomsday than Batman and Superman. Oh, spoiler alert! Did I say that? He's in the fucking trailer. God damn it! Like, yes, Doomsday is the big bad for this movie.
The movie came out in March, people.
Yeah, but they did a good job telling that story too, I think. And what was it you said? The evolution of the character.
What,
Had he have
Doomsday?
got-
Yeah,
yeah.
because every time he got beat down, he got stronger, and he looked more like the comic book version.
Yeah,
But we never got the full version of it.
very much, and that's something that they could do again.
Oh, yeah.
We for all we know, like another Kryptonian can send
They
another.
just brought him back in
Doomsday.
action. That was the action
Right.
comics. There's no reason why I can't bring him
I
back in
hope
the
they
movie.
don't.
I'd prefer to see another villain, but they could easily
I
do
have
it.
nothing
I don't-
against Doomsday. It's just, again, with movies like Deadpool and all the other movies that are being so well done right now, we have this vast wealth of characters we can pull from. Let's use them.
Yeah.
They're there. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
You got these big budget films now. They're spending hundreds of millions of dollars producing these films.
Hey, speaking of the guy, the man of the hour that's letting us use his shop
What's up,
to record this show, Mr. Tony Capo just walked in. This is brought to you guys by Robot Zero Comics
In Geneva.
That's a plug.
Geneva, Ohio. That's called a plug, people.
We got 2 Pokestops right up front.
Hey, you heard him, Mike. We'll get to Pokemon Go at the end of this, but
3 gyms.
That's
Within
half
walking
of a plug.
Niantic didn't give me any money yet.
Right. Go Red Team, by the way.
Get out of here. God, I hate you.
We are deviating from what we're supposed to be talking about, gentlemen. Anyway, back on the Batman versus Superman and the characters. Yet again, this is another flick with Superman in it that made me give a damn about Superman. Like, I did not care about him other than in Smallville, the animated series, some of the animated movies now,
That was just Smallville and Man of Steel for me.
Man of Steel, they did a really good job, like, making him a relatable character, and this just expounds on that. Like, you feel for him, and, like, everybody blames him for everything that's happening, and, like, he's the alien with superpowers, and he's like, oh, I'm that guy. And, like, he's just out to save his girlfriend. Like, she was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and he was there to stop the wrong thing from happening to her. And actually, Cajun said this to me when we were watching it at the beginning of the movie. Lois and, spoiler alert, Jimmy Olsen are in the desert in the Middle East covering a story, and you find out Jimmy's a CIA agent and gets popped in the head by KG Beast. And then Superman shows up, and this guy threatens him. Like, he says, take one step closer, and I'm going to blow her brains out while he's got Lois in a chokehold with a gun to her head. Cajun just looked at me and goes, why did he say that?
I couldn't understand. I mean, you clearly know who this man is.
Right, you've seen him on the news. By now you know what the guy can... He just dropped out of the damn sky.
Yes,
Right.
superhero landing.
The sonic boom when he lands.
And you're like, take one step closer and I'll blow her brains out. And Lois just drops her hands.
Right. She's
And
like,
the
I know what's coming.
Homeboy went through a wall at Mach 2. And it was
That
great.
guy did not survive.
No, there's no way. Superman killed him. Superman killed him! For all you fans out there, Superman kills people too. Because that was another complaint about this movie, was Batman doesn't kill people. And it's like, have you ever read a Batman comic? Have you ever played a Batman video game? Like, if Batman stops a mugging or a raping in the middle of an alley, in the middle of winter, in Gotham City, breaks the guy's arm, leaves the bone sticking out of the flesh, and just leaves him there, that guy died.
He bled out.
Oh, yeah.
We all know how fast EMTs respond. I mean, it's just, you can get a pizza faster than a 911 call.
Right,
Especially Capo's Pizza.
Capo's Pizza. That's another plug.
Yeah, but, like, seriously, I still stand by this as one of the best superhero movies in the last 5 or 6 years. Like, easily. Most anticipated, like I said, for over a decade, because they've been talking about doing this for a long time. It was even Easter egg in I Am Legend with Will Smith. It was a poster for 2016, actually.
Oh, it was 2016.
It was the Batman and Superman logos combined for 2016. In the background, I Am Legend, and it's like, hey.
So guess what movie I'm going to have to rewatch later today?
Vampires. That's my daughter in the background, guys. Just don't worry about that.
She's playing with a llama right now.
Actually, I realized we wrote the list out of order. The next movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Civil War being the next film. Batman vs. Superman should have been a really hard act to follow. It really should have been, but like I said, a lot of people hate it without even seeing it. A lot of people hate it after seeing it. A lot of people hate it because it says Superman. A lot of people hate it because Ben Affleck was in it. Watch the movie.
Turned out to be the best part of the movie.
Right. Watch the movie. You should enjoy it. Civil War
Civil War is the fight movie.
is the fight movie.
Batman
Like,
Superman, that was not a fight movie.
That was
No,
that was the story
plot.
movie.
That was all character
That was all
driven.
plot and character driven. Civil War made you think it was going to be plot and character driven. Civil War was a lot of punching.
Had me hollering ECW in my seat. Like it was great. ECW.
I mean, the beginning of the movie started out with the Avengers going after
Giant
Crossbow.
fight scene, people blowing up.
And, I mean, they didn't really... With a movie like this, for those of you that haven't read Civil War the comic, like, with a movie like this, you can't stick to the source material. it's impossible. There are way too many factors, way too many things, especially with licensing and all that with the way movies work.
They don't own enough of the characters to make it exactly about
right. Like, so it doesn't start out like the comics where Nitro takes out Stamford, Connecticut, because that couldn't happen.
Because nobody would know who Nitro was or care.
Right. I honestly, up
I
until
didn't know
Civil
Nitro
War in the
was
books, I
until
didn't know
Civil
who
War.
he was either.
I didn't know any of those people.
I was like, this guy's like a F-list supervillain. And
Was it Speedball? Or
Speedball
yeah,
and the Thunderbolt? New Warriors? New Warriors. Because they had a reality show.
Something Warriors, yeah.
But the Civil War movie starts out with the Sokovia Accords, named, of course, because of Sokovia in the Avengers 2. You know, it's like...
The city that fell out of the sky, for anybody who forgot.
Yeah. See, and that's the thing, is we know most people that are going to listen to this, like, watched all these Marvel movies, like, several times. They might not have watched Batman vs. Superman. You should, but they've watched all these Marvel movies. But the Accords were basically a way of policing, self-policing and government policing the superheroes. They want them to be registered, essentially. Like, not necessarily, not registered in the sense of, like, the Mutant Registration Act, or registered in the sense of
they wanted them to be,
comics.
For their actions, they had to be liable.
Right. It was a liability thing, and it was basically saying the government had a gun that they could point at somebody and say, you go there. And Cap actually said it best in that movie was, he says that, what if there's a place we need to be and they don't let us go? What if there's a place that we don't need to be and they make us go there? What happens then? And that just sparks all these fights between the characters. And I mean, Tony is on the side of pro-registration because of a completely... And see, this is going to sound weird because I was just hyping Batman vs. Superman, and I love Civil War. It was actually, other than Deadpool, probably my favorite movie this year. A completely unneeded scene in the beginning of Civil War. Alfre Woodard was in the movie, and she played the mother of a kid that died in Sokovia. And it doesn't make a bit of damn sense.
It wasn't needed. It was
like,
delayed the actual important parts of the movie by like 10 minutes.
Tony already felt bad. You can see it in everything he does.
Stage.
I mean, it starts out he's doing a lecture at a TED Talk at MIT, and he just like paid their tuitions and like paid for gave them a bunch of grants so all their projects would be funded. And he goes on the hallway, and Alfre Woodard is standing there at the elevator, and he's just like, I feel like I should talk to you, and randomly talks to this old woman standing in the hallway.
I'm not going to say the scene was unnecessary, but it went longer than it needed to go. Like, it could have went different, even if she just walked up to him, like, handed him a piece of paper or a picture or something with her son's name, and, said, look him up, Google him, something, fucked up, find out who this kid is, walked away. I don't know, I just felt like it did something to me, especially having an old, mad black woman. I'm serious, come on. Tony being Tony.
Yeah.
And now you got this old, pissed off black woman because her son had a building dropped on his head. She don't give a fuck that Tony's a multi-gajillionaire. Like, she about to get this man a piece of his mind.
I mean, that's true, but I just really feel like we've already seen.
The only way it's needed is it ties into when she's on Power Man.
Right. And that's the biggest problem. That is an issue. Is as far as we know, from what I know, like with Luke Cage coming out later in the year, she's playing a character named Black Mariah, who is a crime boss, not a grieving mother. She could be
both.
Grieving, but I know who Black Mariah is from the comics.
Did not realize she was double cast.
That's why, and that's part of it.
All right, that's a little weird now.
It's going to confuse a lot of people.
My biggest issue with it, unless they somehow tie that in.
Yeah.
Or we find out she has a twin sister.
My twin sister's a crime boss. My son was killed by the Avengers. But I mean, just the fights in this, the character introductions, the way that they separate everything out. Cap's whole deal was Bucky resurfaced. And, they basically they're blaming Bucky for attacking this peace conference where the king of Wakanda, T'Challa's father, gets killed. And they're blaming Bucky, and it's, all signs point to it was Bucky Barnes, also known as the Winter Soldier, that did it. So everybody's, on the hunt for Bucky, but they all want him dead. Cap is like, no, he's my friend. Let's go help him.
I mean, that's his heterosexual life mate. That's not just his friend. I mean, that was his battle buddy.
Yeah, I mean, that's his boy. That's his best friend. But,
I would hope if I was framed, one of y'all would back.
Well, he wants to give him a chance because he knows he was brainwashed.
Right. I mean, he wants to figure out what's going on.
He wants to figure out why and give him a fair trial.
Right.
That's Captain America.
Whereas everybody else is this guy just needs to be killed. Right. Black Panther comes out with a vengeance, which we don't get
Key word in there is black.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
We don't get a real origin story for Black Panther in this movie. Like, we get a
little bit.
a little bit of background.
You find out he's not the first Black Panther.
Yeah.
I mean, they do touch
they
on that.
mentioned something about him being the bodyguard for the king. Don't they?
It's a thing that's
Yeah.
passed down from generation to generation.
But he's like, no, I'm gonna kill this bastard. I'm gonna find him and I'm gonna kill him. And Cap is like, I can't let you do that. And he's like, I'd like to see you stop me. And then, like, there's that whole elaborate chase scene from the trailer with, like, Cap and Bucky running down the street at 55 miles an hour on foot, and like, Panther chasing behind him too. And it's like, wow, he's faster than both of y'all. Go figure.
Do I have to say it?
Black
Do I
Panther.
have to say
I was
it?
going to say it, so I guess you.
Do I have to say it? Do I have to say it?
But I mean, that led
I mean, come on.
to Cap, Bucky, and Falcon getting arrested. And actually, some of the best buddy cop dynamics in a movie I've ever seen.
Oh yeah.
Cap, Bucky, and Falcon were great together.
That needs a
Falcon and Bucky
spin-off,
hate
a
each
spin-off little web series,
Right.
animated.
Falcon and Bucky do not like each other because Sam is basically like, I'm his partner now.
Right.
And Bucky's like, but I'm already his partner. And Sam was like, nah, you was dead, son.
Right. You don't get to be back.
We
You're
didn't
dead.
know you were
Right.
dead.
You're
I've
dead.
been looking for you for him because I'm his partner now,
Right.
son.
You got to re-audition.
Right. And then he, like, there's just so much to talk about with this movie. The fights, the characters coming back, like, where was it? It was at, Shield, was it Shield headquarters of the Avengers where, he chokeslams. Oh, it was at the Triskelion. No,
I
damn
don't know
it.
what you're talking about.
I'm trying to follow.
Where Bucky breaks out. And they all fight him in that lobby.
That wasn't Shield. That was like a CIA.
Yeah, something like
Yeah.
that. Because Shield doesn't exist.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Shield is
Shield's
non-existent.
gone. Yeah.
Except for on the TV show
Yeah,
that
no,
somehow is existent.
Yeah, no, this
Same-
was just a UN CIA collaborative.
Yeah, I think that's
fucking-
exactly what it was.
fucking
It was like
holding
Yeah, it was
thing.
the UN, that's what it was.
Yeah.
And they had like that holding cell downstairs, and you find out that the villain of the entire movie, who is Baron Zemo, the big bad guy of this movie, honestly one of the best villains in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, if not the best villain in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Dude did this all himself. Like, and I'm not talking, like, for those of you that read the comics, we never once see Zemo in the suck. But he's not wearing the purple mask on his face. And it worked. It worked really well. Like, he lets Bucky out. Like, he was trying to get a mission report out of him. Like, you guys have all seen the memes by now. Even if you haven't seen the movie, you've all seen the meme. Like, when you ask for, when she sends nudes, but you asked for mission report December 18th, 1991.
Mr. Stank. Table for Mr. Stank. Yeah, I'm not gonna let that go. But see, with the Baron Zemo thing, this is another reason why I feel like the scene with the kid's mother was not unnecessary. Because having Baron Zemo as the villain proved anyone with the drive and the resources to do this could have been a villain in this movie. It could have been that kid's mother.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's very true.
As opposed to just going and, confronting this white man after he does something nice for a bunch of college kids. It could have been her. She could have been the one setting him up. It could have been anyone other's brother or cousin.
See, that's what my brother said. Had they expanded on that scene just a little bit and showed, like, Zemo handing her a payoff or something,
Mm-hmm.
Like saying Zemo was the one that sent her there, that would have made sense.
then it would have made a little bit more
Sure
sense.
enough.
I mean, but, like, actually, the way he tortures that former Hydra agent, too, Zemo's a bad dude. Like, he
No chill.
has a guy hanging upside down in a sink, tied by his ankles, and he's just slowly filling the sink up, so the guy has no choice but to drown through his nose. Like, I was like, wow!
I'd say he's probably the best non-powered Marvel Cinematic.
Yeah, easily.
Purple
the
Man.
Hydra agent, too. He's like, fuck it, I'm about to die. Hell, Hydra.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, alright, you
Yeah,
psychotic-ass motherfucker.
Hydra does not play. Like, they're just like, oh, nope, we're cut off one head, two more will grow back. And then that guy just died.
Yeah, that was cold-blooded. It was, yeah.
To see Tony at odds with Captain America was really well done, though.
I don't know if this was written into it or if this was just him as an actor, but I felt like you could see his heart breaking over them fighting.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you didn't
He was really
have that
torn
with,
about it.
with Captain America. You didn't have that with Steve. I mean, Steve, he had his...
Well, Steve's drive was his best friend.
Right. I mean, he was like, look, I'm doing this. Sorry. Get out my way. I mean, you just see it in his face. He's like, I'm not apologizing.
Since Avengers, Tony Stark's mental
Oh,
capacity
he just
goes
had
fucked up. Like,
a massive break.
ever since then. Like, the PTSD and everything. So
he's always been that guy that's
wife
like...
just left him.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's why Ultron was created in Age of Ultron, because he's like, we don't need to do this anymore. Let's find a way to... Let's have an end game. And now that end game is gone, and like Tony is just like, how do we keep fucking up like this? Like, how do we keep doing this? And you know, like, with every action, there's going to be a consequence. Like, as a firefighter, you're not going to save everybody in a burning building. It's not going to happen 100% of the time. As a medic, you're not going to save everybody having a heart attack or everybody having an allergic reaction. It's not going to happen 100% of the time. As a superhero, like, you would imagine they have that too. Like, yes, in the comics that we read and everything growing up as kids, 70s, 80s, 90s, like, yeah, a lot of times people did. But now more so, they're much more grounded in reality, much more based in the fact that, like, he didn't get there on time. He just missed that person. That's going to have an effect on you. As a person, like, that was going back to Batman versus Superman. That's what Clark was going through for a lot of it. I mean, KGB set him up to make him think that to make everybody think that he burnt that village down. And he didn't. He was there to save the love of his life, which a lot of these guys do. But, it has a mental impact on you when you don't save everyone when you have the ability to. And Tony is showing that much more than everyone else. Especially because it's a lot to do with what he used to do. Like, being a weapons manufacturer, his family's legacy.
That, right?
I mean, like, from the Maximoff twins telling him about the shell, like, in front of their faces that had his name on it. From the shell in Iron Man 1 that almost killed him, being his own shell.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I think he recognizes the collateral damage more beyond just the people they can't save.
Right.
He's recognizing in the process of doing what we're doing. I mean,
and I think that's what led him to his recruitment. That's what led him to picking up Peter.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I was just about to say, we've been talking about this movie a minute and haven't even mentioned Spider-Man.
Oh,
There's so much to this movie.
This movie has so many. Like we said, like, there's a lot of punchy. It's a lot punchy. Batman vs Superman, we could talk about the story all day. Civil War is kind of harder because it's like, well, wait, there was a fight right here. Yeah. And then there was some story. And then there was another fight.
Hottest Aunt May ever.
Marissa Tomei. Any day of the week.
Ever.
Any day of the week. That woman is gorgeous. And everybody complains about her being young, but, like, it's just because, like,
it fit the movie.
a 65 or 70-year-old aunt doesn't work anymore.
No,
like, that doesn't happen too
Spider-Man, she was, what, in her 50s?
Not
Much
to mention
younger, yeah.
a 60, 70-year-old aunt is going to be asking questions. Like, what do you mean you're going to Europe?
Right.
Oh, is your homework done? Did you clean your room? Like,
Wash your face and brush your teeth before you go to bed.
pretty much. My bunions. Who's going to massage my bunions while you're like, come on.
Well, I told you to go to the store and get a quart of milk, 2 dozen eggs, and some flour.
Did you read your verses tonight? Like, you know it.
Marissa Tomei is like, oh, you want a science trip with Tony Stark? Give me his number.
Pretty much.
She didn't say it, but we all saw it. Like,
Oh,
it was
man,
there.
they was eye fucking the hell out of each other. I mean,
And honestly, like, Tom Holland, best on-screen Spider-Man yet. I've always said Tobey Maguire was a great Peter Parker, horrible Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield was a great Spider-Man, horrible Peter Parker. This kid is the best of both worlds. He did a great job. Yes, he was in the movie for a maximum maybe 20 minutes, but just from that 20 minutes that we've seen of this kid in action, I can't wait for Spider-Man Homecoming. And he played him like he's supposed to. Queen's accent. And
First time we've heard that.
Right, first time we've heard that. In anything.
I was going to say animated, live action, anything.
Motion comic, anything.
Yeah.
It's the first time we actually get a Queen's accent out of a Spider-Man. And he was a kid at a candy store. He was a kid with his favorite heroes fighting alongside them, and he reacted as such. Like, Winter Soldier punches at him. This guy, by my best estimate, probably punches at 3 tons of force with his metal arm. Spider-Man catches it and goes, dude, you have a metal arm? Like, that's a kid excited about that. Like, hey, you could break my face with 1 hit, but you've got a metal arm. That's
He
awesome.
apologizes to Captain America.
Yeah, he apologized to the
Captain.
In the middle of a
And they
fight.
have a bonding moment over both being from Queens.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just, oh my god, the character, we're never going to get through this movie. But no, yeah, it was just...
It was really good.
You can kind of see how Pete might have gone either way, depending on who got to him first. I think if Steve showed up to his house as doing this Captain America spiel, you have a responsibility. If you don't do it, who's going to do it?
It easily...
It could have gone either way.
Can we talk about that for a minute? With great power comes great responsibility. Tony asks him why he gets out and does this every day. And all of us are sitting there watching it like, say it. Say it. It's right there. With great you didn't say. With great power.
He says everything around it.
He beats around the bush so much, and he never actually comes out and says, with great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah.
Never once.
Well,
Granted, Andrew Garfield never said it either.
Well,
They never say that in Amazing Spider-Man. But he says what his uncle taught him without saying it. And
Exactly.
he did a really good job of delivering that line, but I wanted it so bad. I was just like, please,
Well,
please.
just like we wanted Avengers Assemble at the end of the last Avengers.
Oh, they did that on
didn't
purpose.
happen.
Joss Whedon, I'm talking to you for when you never listen to this podcast.
He's counting all his money. Waiting for that Firefly movie.
I feel like that line can't be delivered by anybody but Sam L. Jackson whenever he comes back.
Avengers Assemble?
Well, yeah.
It really should be, yeah.
Yeah, it has. I mean, come on. He's got the voice for it. He's got the attitude for it.
Yeah, he needs to, like, that needs to happen in Infinity War Part 2. It needs to be Nick Fury showing up and going, Avengers Assemble! And then, like, 85 superheroes come out behind
Everybody
him.
we've ever seen show up.
It can't be just a single line. There's got to be something like, he's trying to radio somebody. Like, God damn it, assemble the Avengers. What? Avengers, assemble. Come on. It's Sam L. Jackson.
Do we get a writer's credit for that if that makes it in the movie?
That'd be great. We should.
Probably already written, so no.
Right. The script has been done for that for years.
Probably.
It's Marvel. They thought ahead already. Somehow they're like, these guys read our script.
And for people who don't, we touched on this before we started this, it is a Captain America movie.
Oh, yeah.
You can't say it isn't. We understand it had the rest of the Avengers and everybody's fighting.
It went very Cap in that last half of the movie. Like, with them showing up, like, I'm trying not to spoil too much of this one because it's not a home video release yet. You have had a couple of months to see it, so it is kind of your fault. But one of the major plot points was these specific characters that were in the same program as Bucky, and you think Zemo is going after them. Well, he is going after them. I'm not going to tell you what happens, but he's going after them, and they all go to that base. And like it's Cap and Bucky that go to that base, and then Tony follows them. And that really went from that espionage movie we got with Winter Soldier and just like picked up right at the end of that movie. And like we've got Bucky and Cap again trying to figure out what's going on. And then Tony shows up and like they want. Cap wants to beat the crap out of him. Bucky wants to beat the crap out of him, but they kind of talk it out for a bit because Tony like it goes, hey, no. I know what's happening. I know what he's doing here. We need to stop him. And they all go together, and then you find out what Mission Report December 19th, 1991 was. And that is a major turning point of the film. And now this is something I know John will agree with for sure. Being like of the three of us sitting here talking about this, he's the bigger Batman vs Superman fan. Like I liked the movie, he loved it. Cajun liked the movie. A lot of people's biggest problem with that movie was the end of Batman vs Superman, where it's like, "Oh, Martha, you got to save Martha," and people argued about that. You find out, and this is a huge spoiler, but I'm going to say it anyway. You find out in Civil War that the whole reason Zemo's whole end game was to get Tony Stark to kill Cap and Bucky by telling him and showing him Bucky killed his mom and dad. Bucky did it. And it's like, wow! And like, in all sincerity, in the middle of the fight, Cap is like trying to get Tony to stop. And he looks at him and he goes, "You need to stop this." And he looks at him and he does that little Robert Downey Jr. head tilt and goes, "Killed my mom." And I was like, if that line had been delivered by anybody else, I would have been laughing at it, not going, "Oh, I feel bad for you." But Robert Downey Jr., I was like, he killed it. But it was like, that was super corny.
A lot worse than that, though, is when Cap goes, "He's my friend." Like, trying to get Iron Man to stop hitting him.
Yeah, they did stop fighting because of that. Yeah. He was my friend. I was too, and they stopped fighting. And
I forget which point he looked at him and was like, "You knew, didn't you?"
Oh, right,
it was
right after
right
he showed,
there.
right after he showed him the video.
Right, yeah.
He's like, "Well, we didn't know for sure it was Bucky. Da 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 da. I didn't know how to tell you." I was like, "What is that? That's my daughter in a train." Well, I guess now would be a good time to spoil the entire movie since the train's going to cover everything. Well, this happened. Kidding.
Yeah.
But man, like that fight between Cap, Bucky, and Tony was so cool though. Like just to see them like fighting each other, Tony going full out, Cap going full out, and Cap coming this close to dealing that final blow, but then realizing like you're both my friend. I really don't want to kill you. Like much like I know you don't want to kill me. I know you want to kill him, but it wasn't his fault. And like he's trying to explain that to him. But Zemo broke them, and that's why we said he's the best non-powered villain, because he did exactly what he sought out to do.
Right.
Whether or not they finished doing it, whether or not they killed each other, he did exactly what he wanted to do. He came out and he got them.
He broke the Avengers.
He hate everybody.
Yeah, he destroyed the Avengers. Yeah.
Like, this is as close to Avengers Disassembled as we're going to get in the movie, and he did a really good job with it. Really didn't touch on Panther's storyline and as too much as to what happens with him, but like,
he's an angry black man in the movie.
I mean, he really was.
Story-wise, there's not a lot to say about him.
Right. I mean, up until what happens between him and Zemo in the end there.
And even still, you really just see his character as he's still a seeker of justice, quote unquote.
Yeah.
As much as he's a seeker of vengeance.
Yeah, his justice is more important.
He wants the right guy once he realizes, oh, I had the wrong guy. Because, I mean, he just dropped it immediately. He was like, oh shit, I'm chasing the wrong dude.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, he really did. He kind of was just like,
It wasn't even a drawn-out apology. Like, you got no apology from him because, hey, it looked like you did it. My bad.
Right.
All right. Well, I'm going to go get this guy. So.
Exactly. Like, I'm going to get the right guy now.
Right. So, yeah, he just wanted justice to be served. He realized that his father was killed. He thought that Bucky did it. He found out who actually did it and was like, I'm going to go kill him instead.
But they didn't kill him.
But they did not kill him. And that's one of these things that of recent superhero movies that I really appreciate. Because, like, for the longest time when we were getting superhero movies, the villain was always dying. Actually, short of Daredevil. Like, they didn't kill Kingpin in that. They locked him up.
Right. He couldn't walk, but they locked him up.
And they didn't kill... starting with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, like the actual tied-in universe, they haven't killed any of the villains. Big plot hole. Where the hell's Abomination, folks?
Ironmonger died.
Huh?
Ironmonger died.
Oh, yeah, Ironmonger did die.
Didn't Whiplash?
And Whiplash. Well, Whiplash, yeah. He did die, but it wasn't like their fault for him dying.
For a second, I thought you said Abomination. And I was like, wait, what? Okay.
The Hulk killed Abomination.
Moving on. Not trying to wax political now.
Right.
That's a whole other podcast.
Whole other podcast.
Wait till November for that one.
They might not have to with the way things are going.
Right. But yeah, I mean, like, Civil War easily, like, if I were to rate these movies, Deadpool would be like a 4.5 out of 5. Strictly because, like, I wanted more of it. I think that's the biggest problem with the movie is I wanted more of it. There was nothing wrong with it. I just wanted more movie. And I understand that they had a budget to work with, so they couldn't use a lot of mutants, but there was a lot of stuff. Or guns. Or guns.
That was my favorite part.
I got 12 bullets, so some of you are going to have to share.
Batman vs. Superman, I'd give a solid 4 out of 5. Ultimate Edition. Standard Edition, I would have given a 3.5 out of 5. Ultimate Edition, I'm saying a solid 4. Civil War, I'm going to say... I gotta say, like, 4, between 4 and 4.5. It depends on...
I'd give it a 4. Yeah.
It depends on watching the movie. And that's the other part of this podcast we wanted to talk about. You see that? John gave Civil War a 4. I gave it a 4 or 4.5. I don't hate him because of it. He doesn't hate me.
No, I don't.
On Team Red.
I was gonna say, I hate him for a completely different reason. Neanderthal.
What's for life, man?
Don't say that on the radio. What's wrong with you?
Yellow or die.
But, yeah, like, a lot of people hated Batman vs. Superman. That's fine. I can disagree with you. I enjoyed the movie. A lot of people didn't like Civil War, didn't go see it because they thought it was going to be another, like, big budget Marvel laugh fest. Cool. I like the movie. I don't hate you because you don't like it. Like, me and John don't disagree. Cajun and I don't disagree. Like, just because you don't like something doesn't mean you got to be mean about it. Like, and we see that way too much in the community that's supposed to be unified. Like, we're supposed to be happy that for the first time in probably 25 years as geeks, so we're getting things our way. Like, we're getting these movies, we're getting these toys, we're getting these comics, and, like, it's cool to be a geek now. So, like, can we just celebrate about that and not complain that...
I haven't been stuffed in the locker. I got all my lunch money. It's a good fucking time to be a geek right now.
Right.
Like,
I could walk out wearing a Gizmo Yoda shirt.
Right.
It's all right.
And people are going to high-five you
right.
for it. I'm wearing an Evolution of Man Dragon Ball Z shirt. It starts with, like, a monkey and goes to Super Saiyan Goku. And people love it. Like, it's not like, nerd, and they throw something at you. Like, people love that shit. They eat it up.
Wear a hat with a fucking unicorn on it, so...
And a Superman t-shirt.
And a Superman t-shirt, so...
I mean, like, these movies are meant for entertainment. That's it. Like, they're not for you to sit back and base your entire life on or hate somebody's life because, oh, you like Batman versus Superman, you must be a horrible person. No, you like Batman versus Superman because you're a fan. You like Civil War because you're a fan. They were good movies. Like, if you don't enjoy them, that's fine. Move on. The only time you ever judge anybody for liking a movie is if it's 50 Shades of Grey. Then you can judge them.
Terrible piece of trash. Got the community all wrong. Don't get me started.
That's a whole nother podcast also.
I was having this conversation with Sparkles the other day. She's got the book on her shelf.
That'll be episode 6 or 7.
I know.
Let Cajun do that one all on his own.
Oh, yeah, definitely. How's this girl going to tell me she don't like to be choked?
Moving on.
X-Men Apocalypse.
Yeah, so we hit Civil War.
Speaking of not wanting to be choked.
Actually, yeah. That was a good segue.
Yeah.
That just worked itself out so well.
And it's not about violence against women.
No.
Shut up, all of you.
It's about violence against women.
Jesus Christ.
X-Men Apocalypse. This is the movie we've all been waiting for since they started the X-Men franchise. A lot of people throwing hate immediately when they showed Apocalypse's character design, and heck, he had a purple hue to him. I thought it was just lighting.
Which it was.
It was just a bad picture, because, actually, after seeing the movie, they were at that steel mill. So, and it was like they had just came out of that teleport bubble, so it was like, if they took that frame, it was a purple teleport bubble. That's what we're going to see. A lot of people comparing him to Ivan Ooze for Power Rangers, the movie. You can't have a guy walking around in a practical universe with a giant A on his stomach. It doesn't work. I don't care how many practical designs you guys show me, how many pictures you show me, how many cosplayers you say did it right. Those costumes are great in a comic book universe.
And it has to fit in with the costumes everyone else is wearing.
Right.
None of the X-Men are wearing their actual costumes.
So if he was wearing light blue with a giant A on his stomach and everybody else is wearing dark leather, it don't work. I mean, they even changed...
Take him serious.
I think they went overboard in trying to establish that Apocalypse was his own thing, period.
Yeah.
I think they went... Yeah, that's probably where that's coming from. They were trying to... That would be my guess.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the movie.
Yeah, John and I both seen occasion didn't see this one.
People talked about it. I've heard a couple spoilers. I've seen memes. Whatever. I can guesstimate pretty much. Plus, it's X-Men.
I will say this about this movie. This one, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna rate lower than the other ones we've talked about so far.
But I rate it much lower.
Following Civil War is a hard pill to swallow. That was a big superhero movie. There was a lot going on. I think I probably wouldn't have rated it any higher necessarily, but I think I would have enjoyed it a little bit better if I had seen it before Civil War. There are parts of the movie that shine to me, like parts of it that I'm like, this is amazing, and parts of the movie where I was like, and what, just you guys can't see me. There's no video. I'm sitting back in my chair with my arms crossed.
Parts of the movie where I was sleeping.
Yeah, he actually did fall asleep.
That's terrible.
My biggest problem with this movie, one of my biggest issues, is the fact that the girl that plays Jubilee has gone out on the press junket. She's on all the press tours. She does interviews. She talks about the movie. She did a viral video for the movie. And she's got, one line? 2?
2, maybe 3.
Oh, that's also terrible. Oh.
We've been waiting 5 movies to see this girl use her powers. Spoiler alert, doesn't happen in this one either. Yes, she's got the yellow jacket on. Yes, she's got the big hoop earrings and the big sunglasses. That's it. That is literally it of Jubilee that we get in this movie.
Yeah, but we don't know how much they edited out.
Yeah, true.
I mean, Anna Paquin went on the press tours for Days of Future Past.
Right, and then we got the road cut, which was completely unneeded.
I'm telling you, we're getting a Jubilee cut. Just wait for it.
The fireworks.
Making me a little, less excited about trying to see,
wait for me to get it and come over and watch it.
Well, no, it's not that. It's just, it's not that I'm not going to see it, but it's my sense of urgency.
Elements of the movie are really good.
You remember the
majority of it
Quicksilver sequence from Days of Future Past?
Oh, yeah, that was tits.
They did a better version of that in this movie, and that is one of 3 shining moments in the movie.
The one battle between Apocalypse and Xavier.
Oh, yeah.
That was fantastic.
Yeah, especially with who Charles gets help from.
Yeah. The whole last battle was great. The last 25 minutes or so.
They go back to Alkali Lake. and we get a retelling of a certain origin. That was great.
That was cool.
That was great.
The first meeting of some characters.
Yeah. They did a good job. I mean, a lot of it doesn't make sense because the follow to this movie is going to take place in the 90s, from what they've said. And by the 90s, they all should have been different people, according to the universe these guys have set up. Patrick Stewart should be Xavier. Ian McKellen should be Magneto. And it's still going to be Michael Fassbender and James McAvoy.
The whole timeline is now
completely skewed. Honestly, just think Dragon Ball Z and the Trunks Saga. Like, this is not the same timeline. It can't be. There's no way it can be. I mean, this is how we got going back to Alkali Lake.
Well, even going just from First Class to now this, and they all look exactly the same.
Yeah, they haven't aged.
Yeah, this is 30 years later. At
Well,
this
you
point.
see, when you time travel,
Havoc really should have aged, shouldn't it? Like Mystique,
it's good for the poor. Time travel's good for the poor.
Xavier, Magneto.
Yeah, it's good for wrinkles, anti-aging.
If I were to put a number to this movie, I'd probably say a 3 out of 5.
I was going to give it the letter C. Just from
I can't give it a number, but I would give it a C minus.
Yeah,
I would give it a C
I was going to
minus.
say I'd give it a number C.
If I were to give it an out of 5, I'd say a 3. Honestly, that's a solid C. Yeah, like
It's C minus for me.
It's fun because I'm an X-Men fan. Like, there were things of it that I really, really loved, and to see Apocalypse, like, okay, that's something we kind of glazed over. Don't get it twisted. We're not saying we hated the character himself. Apocalypse was actually great. Oscar Isaac deserves all of the awards. All of them. Because, like, the man has taken the roles that he's been given in the last few movies he's been in and just, like, gone, this is mine. You don't even know it's him. It's fucking Poe Dameron from Star Wars is Apocalypse, and you don't know that. Unless, like, you look at it, like, you don't know that that's the same guy. Because he played two entirely different characters. And they did a good job of showing that. But this is the big bad. And it didn't feel like
mega X-Men villain, and you don't feel that in the movie.
Right.
Like, there's no point where you feel like he was the worst villain they faced.
Right. I mean, I was super hype about this movie. Like, when I went to see it, like, the hype was really, really high, and then, like, given time to analyze it now, it's like, it was okay.
The casting is fantastic.
Yeah.
I love all the cast members.
Yeah.
Cyclops, Jean, Storm.
Kai Sheridan, Alexander Ships, Sophia Turner. Ty Sheridan, like, beat the crap out of James Marsden, in my opinion. Like, he did a much better Cyclops. Sophie and Famke, like, right here, like, going back and forth. Sophie needs to work on not slipping out of her accent a little bit. Especially during that dream sequence with the screaming and everything. Like, you could tell that was, like,
That ruined it for me. Like, that was a cool sequence, and, like, she's talking British right now.
Yeah, you could tell that, like, that was one of the first scenes they shot. And they're like, no, you need to talk American. And,
honestly, as much as I didn't like this movie, I'm excited for the next one.
Oh, yeah.
Because seeing all these characters brought back again, hopefully in a better way.
Yeah, Nightcrawler was awesome. I can't even remember. Cody McPhee.
Cody Smith McPhee?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Nightcrawler was great. Underused, yet again, but great.
Angel was awful. I'm glad they killed him.
Angel was horrible.
Spoiler alert.
And, underused. Like, I think had he gotten lines, it would have been better, but he had 3.
I don't think so. Just, like, the actor wasn't bad, but the character himself was awful the way they had it.
All right, this is a bit of a big spoiler. If your only superpower is to fly, how the hell you die in a plane crash?
Especially after you got metal wings.
All right.
White people problem. I'm sorry. Can we just be honest about
How does that happen? You died in a plane crash. Your only power is to fly. And you got killed flying. Doesn't make no sense.
Maybe he didn't die. Maybe he didn't. I still don't think Havoc's dead.
But spoiler alert.
I'm trying to stop people from watching this movie. I'm trying to help them. Don't waste your 2.5 hours.
The big controversy of this movie that Cajun brought up when we were talking at the beginning of it is there's a billboard. There was a billboard that was up for like 15 minutes, apparently. That, mind you, was not a countrywide billboard. This billboard
one spot
was in California.
Yeah, somewhere in California.
In one spot, and it was Apocalypse choking Mystique. And it said,
she liked it, don't let her fool
only
you.
the strong survive, or something along that line. And a lot of people, not a lot of people, no, we're not going to say a lot of people. One celebrity who shall remain nameless, Rose McGowan, came out and complained about it and said that it was promoting violence against women. Now,
and then Facebook went crazy.
Facebook went crazy, Twitter went crazy. all of us that are in our friend group and everything are against violence against women. Like, none of us, like, think that's cool. Like, you don't beat on women, all that stuff. Like, I mean, I've always been taught, like, you don't hit a woman, period. Like, that's the way I was raised. I was raised by a single mother.
They didn't have that in Egypt, though.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, you didn't have.
This is an ancient supervillain. The only thing I saw on that poster, on that billboard when I saw it, was the bad guy versus the good guy. Because this is very much a Mystique movie.
Oh, yeah.
This is X-Men Origins Mystique as much as they can do it. Yeah. Which, that's another thing, is they're making Mystique a hero, and I'm still not sure how I feel about that.
She's leading the X-Men now, and it's like, what?
Oh, she's going to have her turn. I mean, come on.
No,
Not
because
the way they're doing it.
they've
I don't think
redone the
Jennifer Lawrence wants
character.
to be a
Like,
villain.
she is a good guy.
I don't like it. I don't
Anti-hero. Anti-hero. Like, no.
She's a good guy.
She's a good
Yeah.
guy.
I don't like it. You're making me less excited for this.
But, like, again, good guy, bad guy. I asked a friend that complained about this part if it had been Ty Sheridan, Cyclops getting choked, would that have been a problem? They responded with no, and I was like, well, he was supposed to be 15 or 16, so that's child abuse.
Right.
I mean, like,
Nightcrawler, that's
it's a
animal
double
abuse.
standard, right?
Or Beast.
Either
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
If it had been one of the kids, it's just as bad, but nobody would have seen it that way. Like, they would have seen, oh, this is promoting violence against a girl. And it wasn't. It's promoting bad guy versus good guy. This bad guy did not care who he went. He killed I'm going to spoil the crap out of parts of these now. Like, he kills a bunch of Egyptians meeting Storm for the first time. Like, he takes a grain of sand and passes it through their necks and kills them all. That was awesome.
What about the people at the mill, at the refinery, or whatever it was? I was sleeping.
There's a big scene. I won't spoil what happened to get Magneto to this point, because that is actually a very important part of the movie, and actually one of the better parts of the movie. There's a big scene with Magneto that drives him to the edge of being that killer again, and he's about to kill everybody at the steel mill where he made a life for himself. And Apocalypse shows up with the 3 of the 4 horsemen trying to recruit him, and he says, "Don't stop me from killing these people." And Apocalypse goes, "What? Why would I do that?" And literally phases everybody in the room into the concrete.
Yeah. There's arms twitching around and stuff.
He didn't care who it was.
No.
They had kids. They had families. He was just like, and they phased them to the ground. Had there been women in there, he would have done it to them too, but they didn't like that. This is supposed to be the 80s, like men were working in the mills and shit back then, so it just doesn't make sense to me, like, to complain about one thing that was so minuscule in the movie that's not promoting violence. Like, it's hero versus villain, it's good guy versus bad guy. That's all that was showing. That's all I was showing. You can disagree with me all you want. You can disagree with the 3 of us about this all you want. The simple fact of the matter is it was good guy versus bad guy. That's all that billboard showed.
I mean, you're allowed to be wrong.
Yeah.
Well, here's my thing. What if you had another billboard and all the characters except for the female characters during the battle?
Right.
Or all the female characters supposed to stand to the side while they're fighting Apocalypse so he can't hit them?
Right. If the female characters didn't fight Apocalypse, the best sequence in the movie would not have happened.
Right.
We got the single best sequence in any of these X-Men movies so far in this movie. And if the female characters weren't fighting, we wouldn't have got that. And I mean, they all got their asses beat equally. It wasn't like, oh, well, I'm going to beat on the girls more than I beat on the guys. No, like, he beat the crap out of Cyclops. He beat the crap out of Beast. He beat the crap out of Nightcrawler. He beat on everybody.
He's an equal opportunity domestic terrorist.
Yes. That's probably the best way to say it. But, I mean, it's a movie, folks. Like, let's not nitpick at little things that have nothing to do with the movie. No, don't make it into something it's not.
I just got one question. Does Wolverine learn how to fight yet? You said the best sequence of any X-Men movie, and it just got me thinking.
That wasn't the best sequence of the
No, I'm just saying. I just want to. Can he fight yet? He gets his ass kicked and everything, even in his own movies, the origin movies.
He didn't get his ass kicked in this movie.
No.
Okay,
I mean, is Wolverine in this movie? I don't know what you're talking about. Wolverine's not in this.
That's all I need to
What do
know.
you mean?
I mean, think about it. The first one, Mystique was whooping on his ass.
She really was.
Sabretooth
That never
was
made any
whooping on
sense
his
to me.
ass.
Like, she shouldn't be able to kick him and he'd fall down.
Right. He's got a metal face.
Right.
Fucking
She should hurt her
Omega
foot.
Red was whipping on his ass in his movie. Wasn't it Omega Red? No.
That would have been awesome, though. I'd like to see Omega
Not
Red in a movie.
Omega Red. The other one.
We're never going to
fucking-
see Omega Red in the movie. It'd be so cool. It's not going to
It
happen.
seemed like
I'd like it.
Fucking
It
one
ain't gonna
the metal dude.
Colossus.
No,
No,
in the Wolverine.
Silver
movie.
Samurai.
Silver Samurai.
Silver Samurai. Yeah. I get him.
That's two different countries, bro.
Well, that makes Silver Samurai would be.
I'm sorry.
Like that would be a fight.
The way they had him in the movie, nah.
You don't think so?
Nah. Silver Samurai from the comics, yeah. Him and Logan go back and forth all the time.
Well, also Wolverine had no metal skeleton at the time they were fighting.
X-22, what's his
Oh
name?
yeah, good point. Yeah, good point. Yeah, and that whole suit was made out of adamantium.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes a little bit more sense. We don't actually, you know what? That's not a lie. We don't see Wolverine in this movie. We see the character, but we don't see Wolverine. We see Weapon X. And that's seriously one. That's like I said, there are 3 good parts of the movie. That's one of the 3. Like
that's all I wanted.
And you know what? Honestly, I didn't think Wolverine needed a cameo in it, but they did it right. They did it to where the focus wasn't all on him. But you're like, oh, this picks up where the last movie left off. Now I understand. I get it.
It was needed to because they weren't going to get out themselves.
Not an Alkali Lake. But yeah, C-, 3 out of 5. Depending on how I feel, maybe a 2.5 out of 5. Like it's not bad. I mean, honestly, the X-Men movies, the worst X-Men movies were X-Men Origins Wolverine and X-Men 3 still. But like Days of Future Past and First Class trump this movie easily. And it's sad to say because like these movies, they had been going up.
Right.
Like they'd been going on an incline, and now they kind of plateaued.
Or no, I still like First Class the best, but I mean Days of Future Past was great.
Yeah.
But
I think it just kind of leveled out now, though. Like. Yeah. And honestly, where do you go from here? Like, a lot of people are talking, Onslaught is coming, and I'm like, I really don't think we're going to get Onslaught in the movie. Then, I said we weren't going to get Apocalypse in the movie, and we did, so maybe we get Onslaught.
Civil War.
Don't say that. That book was horrible.
Back to the mutant registration shit.
What do we got here? All right, now we're moving into territory where me and Cajun haven't seen them, but John has. This is another one a lot of people wrote off before seeing it, and haven't seen it and still hate it. And honestly, I'm guilty of it. John was guilty of it for the first movie. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. First movie, I didn't go see. Like, I went back and forth on it for, 2 months as to whether or not I wanted to see it.
Well, there was a lot of really bad information coming out about it first. They were aliens.
Yeah.
And they were going to keep this.
And I was like, I don't know. And then, like, that track with Wiz and...
right, Shell-Shocked.
Shell-Shocked. I was like, I gotta go see this movie. And then we just didn't have time. And where we work, Buy Sell Trade. Brought to you by Buy Sell Trade. That's another plug. We got a copy used in the store. So John and I are like, we're going to sit down and watch this. So we put it in. And I was like, why did we not watch this movie?
So great.
So good.
Scene in the elevator is still one of my favorite things.
I'm just going to go on record and say, hands down, to my pleasant surprise, the best Megan Fox performance.
Yeah. Easily.
Ever.
Easily.
Yeah. She does even better in the second one.
I was worried about her being April, and I really was. I'm like,
that was like one of my biggest drawbacks. I was like, I don't know, Megan Fox is April.
I'm like, she's cute. She can stand next to cars, but I mean,
right.
I hated her.
Cars.
That's what she did in Transformers. It's like, I'm going to stand next to this car, and now it's a robot. I'm not going to stand next to it because it's a car.
Her performance in the second Transformers was a downward tread from the first one. I hated her in Jennifer's Body.
I didn't
watch it. It was an awful movie.
It was garbage.
Because of her, she is the sole reason that I will never watch a copy of Jonah Hex.
I still can't get through Jonah Hex. I have not finished it.
I don't think I ever finished it. I bought it when it came out, but I don't think I finished it.
She's terrible in that, too. I completely forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
you guys
Josh Brolin. That would be good.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. You guys have got to listen to me talk about it a lot, but now John's the only one who seems out of shadow, so it's his turn.
Go for it.
Right. So first off, if you haven't go see it, you need to see this movie. Any Turtle fan, from the moment where they're driving down in their giant turtle van and there's katanas popping out the side, Michelangelo's in the truck, got the nunchucks going. Like, it is fantastic. Like, the movie itself is like watching the 90s cartoon in live action.
I mean, that's
exactly, that's what you want out of this movie.
There should have been a turtle blimp, though. I'm kind of mad that there wasn't a turtle blimp.
There was a point where it would have really made sense, too. Like, yeah, it really would have. It would have helped right there. I'm surprised Donnie didn't pop it out somewhere. Like, I've been working on this, guys.
Yeah, look at this. I want to see it. It just was one of those things that I didn't have time to get to. But like, I mean, it looks fun. Like, I mean, we get Bebop and Rocksteady.
They were great.
Casey Jones.
Yeah, Seamus and
Gary Anthony Williams.
Yeah. Both great.
Wrestler and comedian as Bebop and Rocksteady. I mean, I guess they can't say use guys all the time, like the cartoon. See, this is the thing that upsets me about these live-action versions of movies, that people say, like, if you use the term, it ruined my childhood, I challenge you as an adult to go back and watch these cartoons and realize that they're not good. No. They are not good at all. Like, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as a cartoon was not good. It's fun, and we love it because we grew up with it, but it's not a good cartoon. Like, it really didn't have substance. Again, Bebop and Rocksteady, like, were typical meathead thugs that talked in, like, broken English and Ebonics, and they weren't black.
They do that kind of in the movie, too.
I wasn't going to say it.
Honestly, the part I had the most problem with was Stephen Amella's Casey Jones.
See, I've heard that.
Like,
seriously? That breaks my heart.
He just wasn't believable as, like, the bad, really strict, like, badass gonna beat the shit out of everybody. Like, he's too nice. He's too Canadian. Yeah, he's too Canadian. Yeah, too much maple syrup running through him.
Really?
Like...
I mean, I guess that makes the hockey stick an appropriate weapon. Though.
Right. His action scenes were fantastic, but it just wasn't believable he's trying to be a hard ass. I don't know why it works on Arrow and not as Casey Jones, but it doesn't work.
I was just about to say, I don't get that from him.
Yeah, it just, that was my biggest issue with it. Krang was fantastic, the way they pulled that off. Like, seeing him fight. And the Technodrome was cool, not the Technodrome we're used to. But it was nice the way they pulled it off. But yeah, I'd say that's my biggest issue with it. I'm not saying it was bad. I didn't ruin the movie or anything. It was just...
It still breaks my heart. Yeah. I was excited.
I mean, it's Turtles. Like, it's Turtles. Like, if you're a fan of Turtles, go watch the movie. If you're not a fan of Turtles, don't go watch the movie.
Oh, I'm going to watch it.
I'm going to watch it.
I'm going to watch it.
I bought the last one when it came out. I'm going to buy this one.
I mean, don't expect, like, going in and seeing Captain America Civil War, because it's not going to be that.
Right.
Just expect a fun watch.
I mean, that's...
Civil War.
Isn't that all we can ask for, really? Right. Like, is just for these movies to be entertaining? Like,
right. That's all you need out of a turtle movie. They're giant turtles.
Right.
What the fuck else do you want?
At least they're not aliens.
Right. It could have been worse.
Don't laugh, Tony. That pissed us off.
If they would have been aliens, I would not have watched that movie.
I remember when that article first broke. We were raging. Yeah. We were like, no.
I was doing all kinds of research. I was like, what do you mean they're aliens? This doesn't make any sense.
Oh, man. We were...
And then I was
Why
like,
is Michael Bay working on this movie?
He said their origins were alien. And I was like, wait a minute. Does he mean the ooze is alien? And I was like, that's what he meant. But, like, so many people got that wrong that's where it spun into. And I was like, if they make the Turtles friends with the neutrinos and they're...
Now that would have been awesome. I love the neutrinos.
They don't work live action.
Yeah, they do. They drive around that car.
60s car.
No, they were related to the Namekians.
From the same universe.
Right.
That's a whole other podcast.
Yeah.
Whoops. What else we got? Turtles. Another movie that Cage and I haven't seen, which is actually quite shocking that neither one of us has gone to see this. Warcraft. John has gotten to see it. It looks fun. And you heard me right. Warcraft, not World of Warcraft. It's
you
different.
have to realize that they're not the same thing. This follows the original games and novels, not the new World of Warcraft MMO game.
Yeah, this is the Orc and Human War, right?
New. The thing's been around for a decade.
It's new compared to the original ones.
Fair enough.
Yeah. The original ones were, what, 96, 97?
A long time ago.
In a galaxy far, far away?
Yeah. Well, we're getting sued anyway. Wow. 96, 97. It's really weird that it is that long ago, isn't it? Yeah.
Because it came out on, what, PlayStation 1 also?
Yep. Yeah, PS1. Yeah.
One of the Warcraft did, I don't know.
Wow.
Probably wrong.
Wow, we're that old. We're 96 or 97. Right. It was that long ago.
The graphics do not hold up, but the games do. Graphics are awful. I'm just playing it the other day.
I mean, like, it's Warcraft. Like,
right. It's a great fantasy movie. If you like fantasy, it's much better than the Hobbit movies. I said it. Like, I don't need to see New Zealand for 2.5 hours with a little bit of hobbits walking around stabbing things. You know? Like, Sherlock Dragon.
We're getting beat up after this goes live. Remember how you just said you weren't stuffed in a locker in a while? Yeah. That's going to happen again.
I love Lord of the Rings. I love those 3 movies. The Hobbit movies were some of the most boring movies I ever tried to watch.
I only watched the first one.
I gave up.
I couldn't watch after the first one. I was like, it's so long.
Yeah,
I tried the second one, and I
didn't get through the Lord of the Rings. I didn't get.
I got through. Not only did I get through the Lord of the Rings, I did a 3-movie marathon in the extended versions of the Lord of the Rings.
See, somebody promised me we were going to be doing that, and it hasn't happened. thankfully. My attention span is not that long.
Neither one of us have a full day off like that to where you can waste 17 hours. So
And I'm old. I can't sit in the same spot that
No,
long.
not that long.
My knees start clicking.
It's like a month-long thing if I want to try and watch that.
Right.
Right?
Watch half an hour at night and go to sleep.
We're going to have to turn it into a TV series.
Going back to Turtles, real fast. Out of 5, what would you give that?
3.5.
3.5.
Yeah. The plot isn't great, but like I said, it's a fun movie. You're
Right.
going expecting a fun summer blockbuster.
Warcraft. What number? What do you think?
That I would give a 4. I loved it.
It looked
The way they do magic in it, once everyone's finally seen it, if you haven't yet, the way they do magic is the way all magic should be done in fantasy movies from now on. The way it shows up, everything.
It looks pretty.
Yeah.
It looks pretty. It looks
The
gorgeous.
effects with the orcs.
And
Better than Avatar?
isn't it Paula Patton as the half orc?
Yes. Gorgeous half orc.
Right. I'm attracted to an orc for the first
Right.
time in my. I haven't seen the movie. I just saw her on a poster and I was like, yeah, I'd hit it. And she's an orc. Cajun's not saying it out loud. He's thinking it. He's gonna look it up.
Yeah, I don't want to know where my mind is.
We put a couple of movies on this list that aren't necessarily geek related because there's still a few things that need to come out yet. We get Ghostbusters. Actually, this weekend from the day that we're recording this podcast is this upcoming Friday. I'm gonna go see it. I think it looks decent. I don't think it looks great. I don't think it looks amazing, but it's Ghostbusters and I'm a fan. I'm gonna go see it. I'm gonna take my 4-year-old little girl and we're gonna go see Ghostbusters. I think it looks fun.
That fat chick is hilarious. And I forget her name in
Melissa McCarthy.
Melissa McCarthy. I have yet to see her in anything where she did not deliver.
Yeah, and as part of an ensemble cast, she's even better.
I feel bad now with that fat chick. I'm going to get a lot of hate for that. I'm sorry. But, it's a physical description. She's a big girl. What do you want me to say?
There are 2 on the team, too, that are going.
Yeah, but everybody knows what I'm talking about. The hilarious fat chick.
The hilarious one, not the unfunny one who's on Saturday Night Live.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Let's go ahead and get that out of there. Leslie Jones.
Yeah.
I hope she's funny in this movie.
The trailer, she was not funny in, though. That turned me off from going to see it.
Yeah.
That part with her. The rest of the trailer looks good.
Yeah,
But,
right.
her standing there with that giant ghost on her back, being I'm just going to go lay down. I don't care. It's not funny.
See, where I thought that part was funny because of the fact that, one of the girls in the crowd stopped to take a selfie with her with the selfie stick and the ghost. And, I would have been that pissed me off. Except for I would have just dropped the ghost on her, though. Now you can have it. The part in the trailers that I thought was unfunny was the smack that we're seeing over it. The power of Patty compels you! And she smacks Melissa McCarthy in the face to get
Must
the
have
possession
blocked
out of
that
her.
part out, I forgot.
It is in, every other trailer, and I'm just I'm so done with this.
I think that anger of the other scene made me forget about that part.
But Chris Hemsworth looks fun in the movie. Kristen Wiig is always good
Kristen
at what
Wiig,
she's
Bridesmaids.
Again, Melissa
Miss
McCarthy.
McCarthy and Kristen
McCarthy,
Wiig.
yeah.
Yeah, that movie was hilarious.
The other girl whose name escapes me.
I have no idea who that is, but she's pretty funny from what I've seen.
Her character's name is Holtzman. I can't remember what her real name is, but she's from SNL too, and she's funny. I just can't remember who she is. Ghostbusters looks fun. The original cast, some of the original main cast members, from my understanding, have cameos in the movie. I understand, a lot of people are well, they were paid to do it, but I honestly don't think you could have gotten Bill Murray in this movie.
If he didn't want to be.
If he didn't want, if he thought it was stupid, you could throw any number at him and he's going to say no. But they got him in the movie, so it's obviously got to have some clout. That's my opinion about it.
Kate McKinnon.
Kate McKinnon, that's her name. I say give it a chance. Don't hate on it just because. And I stand by this. A lot of people are hating on a movie because it's female Ghostbusters. That's what they say.
The movie's not out yet. There's already ratings on IMDb for it. 3.8 out of 10. The movie's not out yet.
Right.
It doesn't come out for
Higher
till
than
the week.
X-Men.
Right. What is today? Today's Tuesday. It's not going to be out till Thursday at the earliest. And how are people rating this movie already? The people that went to see the premiere, but those are celebs and stuff. They're not rating this movie right now.
Oh,
The
critics
critics
haven't
are.
even seen it yet.
No.
No, that wouldn't be till probably Wednesday.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, yeah.
So yeah, this is the biggest problem with movies like this.
You gotta give it a chance.
And again, I stand by too. Had it have been Halle Berry, Jessica Alba, Jennifer Aniston, and
Ronda Rousey.
yeah, let's do it. Ronda Rousey.
Throw her in there. I love her.
nobody would have complained about this flick.
I think I would have. That cast sounds horrible.
Maybe Ronda Rousey punch you in the mouth. Ain't gonna say shit.
I wouldn't complain to her face.
No, Ronda Rousey is a horrible actress. Like, I love her, but she's not a good actress.
I saw her in a Pikachu outfit today.
Wanda, if you heard that was Dave. Not Cage nor I. That was Dave.
I didn't like her in Furious 7, and I didn't like her in Expendables 3. Like, I really didn't.
I still haven't watched Expendables 3 all the way. I didn't mind her.
No.
I didn't mind her in Furious 7. Like, but she didn't do much acting.
Yeah, I mean, like, the fight was fun in Furious 7.
Yeah.
But, like,
Oh, yeah.
I was just
the lines
thinking,
weren't
it
there.
was just the first big name I thought of that nobody's really going to say shit about.
Right,
I mean,
yeah, like, as a movie fan, you're going to look at that cast that I just named and go, eh.
Okay.
But, like, as, like, the people that are actually complaining about this movie before it comes out based on it,
definitely.
they're complaining because it's for, like, and honestly, like, they're not ugly, sans Leslie Jones. They're not ugly actresses, but they're not, like, the drop-dead gorgeous, like, tight spandex wearing Ghostbusters that guys would have wanted for this movie, or girls would have wanted even. Like,
It'd be hard to do in tight spandex, run around with.
have you seen the Kodo statue for Ghostbusters? Yeah, it's fun.
Is that Egon, or is that Bankman?
No, it's just a girl.
Oh,
Like, it's a girl. And you know what? That's the other funny thing, too, is a lot of people are complaining about the whole female Ghostbusters thing. Volume 6 of the Ghostbusters comic book starts with 3 women taking the place of the originals because they got lost in another dimension. And it's Janine, Kylie from Extreme Ghostbusters, who they actually worked in as Ray's assistant in the comics, and then a CIA agent whose name escapes me. Her first name's Maria. But those 3 are taking on Ghosts, and it's a female-led Ghostbusters book, and they did a really good job telling the story because the other guys are locked up. Granted, they come back. But, like, give it a chance. Give it a shot. Like, it might be bad. It could be good. You might enjoy it. Check it out. If you hate it, cool. Move on with your life. Go watch the original because guess what? The original movie is still exactly the same.
Right. Well, I think a lot of people's issue with it is the fact that it could be a reboot instead of a sequel.
Yeah. Yeah, from my understanding from the early people that are talking about it. Actually, you know what? Critics have gone to see it because, like, Geek Tyrant and all of them have done reviews of it.
Okay, I haven't seen those yet.
But it is a reboot. It's not a sequel.
Everything we're watching right now is a reboot.
Right.
I mean,
right. I mean, like,
there's no
honestly,
point
there
in getting
aren't
upset
really
over
many
that.
original ideas in Hollywood right now. A lot of things are based
Right,
on
but they
properties
could have
already
sequels.
well, I just meant the
They could.
That's
superhero
what I'm
movies
saying.
alone. The
Right.
superhero coming in it, they're all reboots. Civil War. Again, you guys mentioned it earlier. You can't do stories like that without
certain characters. and stuff, yeah.
without redoing them. X-Men. That was another reboot. You just reviewed.
I mean, they
another
rebooted
product.
themselves on their own timeline.
Right.
Spider-Man was rebooted for Civil
3
War.
times.
Well, not just meant for Civil War itself.
Yeah, I mean, that's the third reboot of
Yeah, it was
Spider-Man.
a new version. So, I mean, they're all reboots, people. So, get the fuck over it.
Yeah, I mean,
said it.
and I mean, it could, like I said, the movie could bomb, and that's perfectly fine. I don't hate the original because of that, and I think that's what irks me the most is that term. Like I said earlier, was ruining my childhood. I'm gonna go back and
Right,
watch.
nothing ruins those movies.
If I take my daughter to see Ghostbusters and she hates it and I hate it, we're gonna go home and watch the original Ghostbusters, and we're gonna go, this is the movie we wanted to see. Cool. But you know, that's the other thing too. If they did a reboot of that with recasting the guys, everybody would have been mad at that too.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing. Yeah,
Everybody would have been mad at that.
that's what I'm saying. Like, if they would have sequelized it, making this take place after the movies,
Right.
it might have done better. But
Right.
I still don't think it would have, though, because everybody wants the old cast back,
Yeah,
which isn't going to
It
happen.
wouldn't have mattered. It has
Right.
still been.
I mean, honestly, we got Ghostbusters 3 already. Anybody that
It's the video game.
Yeah,
exactly.
anybody that doesn't know, play the video game for PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and PC.
Right.
That game is Ghostbusters 3, and they did a good job with it. It was fun. And it took place 15 years after the second movie. Yeah, they did a good job. You want Ghostbusters 3, go play the video game. You want to watch a fun movie, go see the new movie. I mean, it could be fun, could be stupid. Don't know yet. We'll find out later. Now, again, breaking off topic of geekery. Cajun and I went to see Central Intelligence with The Rock and Kevin Hart.
I'm sorry, he wasn't The Rock in this movie.
He really was.
He was Dwayne Johnson.
He was Dwayne Johnson. From the trailers, you watch this movie. You think watching this movie is going to be another. You think it's going to be Hobbs or the dude from Walking Tall or the guy from The Rundown. We did not get that guy in this movie. We got a comedian.
Oh,
He was
great.
funny. I almost would venture to say that he was funnier than Kevin Hart in this movie.
I think it was the character itself.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the delivery of the character.
I mean, and really, and I would even go so far as to say Kevin Hart's made us laugh so much that we're numb to Kevin Hart.
Kind of like
he's
he's like the comedian and everything.
Yeah,
Right.
So,
He's done
you
how
know,
many movies this year?
I would.
Like, I mean, this was that buddy cop film we got to where that dynamic was there between the two guys. Like
110,000 times better than Ride Along.
Yeah.
As far as chemistry goes.
Yeah.
Well, shit, the movie itself, it was better than... Cube's gonna kill me.
Ride Along wasn't that great.
Ride Along isn't that great.
It's
Ride
very
Along,
dry.
I haven't watched the second one yet, but Ride Along 1 was just...
It was
It was
this one.
very forced.
Ride Along 2 was a little bit better, but it still feels very forced.
Yeah, it was
And
very
Olivia
much
Munn was
like,
awful in it.
Like, Ice Cube just kind of looking at Kevin Hart and yelling at him a lot.
Right.
And I feel like that's what their relationship is outside of the movie.
I was going to say, it feels like kind of how you have that relationship on Cop Out.
Yeah.
You know how Bruce Willis didn't want to be there?
Yeah.
Like Cube kind of didn't want to be there when he was doing it.
Yeah.
You know, it was great. His performance in this, he untypecast himself
He really did.
immediately. First of all, he plays a character you can relate to as far as, I'm just going to say personal traumas. I'm not going to spoil this movie. It's still fairly new.
I mean, but in the trailers you see it. Like, he plays that bullied kid.
But he brings it out.
He got picked on.
It's
and,
not
like,
just a story plot.
you see it
He
again
acts it
later,
out.
and you're just like,
It's great.
wow, like, I feel for you, man. Like, I went through that same, like, not that same thing.
I was going to say.
Not the same thing that happened to him. We all went through something similar, like, and, like, that's the feeling you
I
get
got
from this.
slapped with a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in high school once. I ain't even going to lie.
Wow, so
Yeah.
you really get it. Like,
Yeah, it was bad. I mean,
I was
that
just
was probably my turning point in high school.
I was just that guy that got picked on all the time because I was the tiny nerd, you know?
You motherfuckers.
And now look at me now. Look at me now. Oh,
You getting paper?
we're not getting paid for this at all.
No.
Now Cajun's leaving. He's walking out the door.
Okay, bye.
Tony.
Tony's like, I just give you a place to do this. I don't give you no
Brought to
money.
you for free by Robot Comics.
It's
But
Robot
yeah.
Zero for a reason.
Robot Zero.
That's how much he pays.
That zero is there.
No, really, it was very, very well written. I know a lot of people. I said this to my brother because he hates shoot 'em up movies. He hates explosions. He hates superfluous graphics. You're not going to get a fight movie out of Central Intelligence.
Nope.
You're not going to get it. We said the same thing earlier about it. It's not a fight movie. It's a story driven about a relationship between 2, 3, maybe 4 people, depending on how deep you want to go with it as a movie person.
Yeah. I mean, there were your like a few shootouts.
There was like 2 or 3.
Nothing real
Like,
serious.
Yeah, but
Few
don't-
actual fist fights, but like it's not like a Rock as Roadblock from G.I. Joe.
Right. No,
Like to where like the entire time you're just like, he's gonna punch somebody. He's gonna say this line and then he's gonna walk in the room and punch somebody. Or Hobbs in Fast and Furious to where like he's gonna talk, he's gonna break his arm out of his cast, and he's gonna go punch somebody and pick up, like, you don't expect watching this movie The Rock to pick up a minigun. And everything else you see The Rock in, you're like, at some point in time, he's gonna pick up a minigun and just start shredding through things. And this, you're like, at some point in time, he's going to hug somebody and cry. And you're going to feel bad for him. And actually, he comes close to crying a couple of times in the movie. And
So
there's
does
a
he
lot
play
of
his
hugs.
character from Be Cool? That's what I'm getting out of this.
Kind of, sort of. Except for he's not the gay guy in this. Like, no, he's not. He's not.
Never gonna. Are we sure? Never gonna get.
No, because
we are
remember,
sure.
we are sure. There's a cameo
We are sure. Okay, that's
of
all we're
an
saying.
actress that we've talked
He's
about.
not gay,
today.
ladies. He's not gay.
A lot of people are going to be mad about who you hook up with in the movie, though. But that's why they did it.
He never does the people's elbow.
Nope.
Never does the rock bottom.
Nope.
He never says, "Can you?" It's great.
Yeah.
There was none of that bullshit WWE cameo.
Yeah.
I can't say that. I love WWE. I hate seeing The Rock do that shit in every movie he's in, though. So this is great. You never stop laughing. If you stop laughing for a single second,
It's honestly
throughout this
because it
movie.
was a serious moment. Like, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, that's really it.
That's it. Because, like, one of the things where his past is drudged up, like, that's when you stop laughing and you're like, damn.
And 10
I'm
seconds
sorry,
later,
man.
you're laughing again.
And
Like
then,
they make you forget about it. Like,
No, that was a jaw drop moment. After where they bully and then went outside,
yeah.
that was kind of like, oh my god, I can't believe this happened next. And then you laugh again when they go to the base. And you're like,
the movie's funny as hell. It's really all. It's just great. You can't. Yeah, I was trying to sell it to my brother. I was like, "There's no explosions. Go see it. Take your wife. You won't be disappointed." I should call that mofo and see if he actually went and did it.
It's worth a watch. It's definitely worth a watch.
It's great. I was not mad at paying $9 for my ticket.
Put a number on this one. I'd say 4 out of 5.
Definitely.
Yeah, easily. And then Cajun actually went to see a movie tonight without us.
I'm sorry. I wanted to see the movie. It was great. I treat myself every now and then. It's Super Tuesday. I mean, $5 tickets.
Treat yourself.
Treat myself.
Mike and
Dave need wedding dates. Oh, man. It was not what I expected. And I say that because the trailer, you expected a certain kind of comedy. But when you go see it, it's just straight shock humor. It's National Lampoon type Adam Sandler the whole way through. 50% of the script was probably not even written. You can tell they ad-libbed half this goddamn movie.
And Zac Efron does a really good job of that.
He's surprisingly a great comedian. He found his niche.
Yeah.
He got away from the high school musical whatever. Sorry, ladies, that shit was trash.
Don't apologize. It was trash.
It was trash. I don't know what to say, but we got a gem out of it. This man, he delivers. Ruined his childhood.
And now Tony's kicking us out.
Well, folks, it was a fun show.
It was.
Kicked out of the comic shop.
We found the line, and it's insulting High School Musical. Yeah, just to leave.
Sorry.
It's just as great. If you've ever seen Bob Saget stand up, imagine a movie where
That's a good way to make that comparison.
it is. It's
even
it's
without
straight
seeing
shock humor.
without seeing Mike
So
and Dave, seeing Zac Efron and Neighbors.
Oh,
Very
right.
Bob
He was
Saget.
hilarious.
Yes,
Oh, man,
very
he
was
great.
Point A, point B.
Right.
And you didn't watch Dirty Grandpa?
No, I haven't
Bad
watched that yet
Grandpa?
either.
What was
Dirty.
Dirty
Grandpa.
Grandpa.
You know what? Efron and De Niro have such great chemistry. I would go
Just
so
from the
far as
trailer.
Yeah,
their chemistry was better than The Rock's and Kevin Hart's.
I can see that.
It was great. I mean, and seeing Efron being the pretty boy that he is play an insecure, pussy whipped diva of a boyfriend, it was fucking great. He pulled it off. I couldn't believe it. I was very impressed. The range of some of these actors lately in these newer movies, I'm happy with. We got The Rock showing, his stuff off. Zac Efron, fucking Ben Affleck as Batman.
Full circle, folks.
Right.
Came
Going
back
to the
around.
main
Ben
thing.
Affleck, Batman. One man, one bat suit, 2 batarangs.
Ryan Reynolds making up for playing Green
Ryan
Lantern.
Reynolds
Ryan-
making up for. Oh my god!
He really did. He really did. I forgot that movie was a thing till you said it right
I
now.
wholeheartedly believe the role of Deadpool was made for Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was made.
Even in X-Men Origins Wolverine, the first time we see him, you could tell.
Oh, yeah. Him
He
as
is
Wade
Deadpool. Yes.
was perfect. Him as that thing at the end of it, which wasn't even
I was
Ryan
going to say, it
Reynolds
wasn't
in the
even him. Yeah.
makeup. That stuntman that they called the Deadpool.
He was the symbiote that never made it into the Spider-Man comic.
I think that what really irritated me about that was like the producers and everything had promised we were going to see the suit. We were going to see Deadpool. We were going to see the Deadpool we knew and loved. That's what they said. They said they weren't going to ruin that movie. And then we're like, okay, cool. The first half of X-Men Origins Wolverine was actually a decent movie.
They gave him eye lasers.
And then you go and you see that, and they're like, and they blame mutants for 3 Mile Island. And I was like,
They
okay.
gave him eye lasers.
That it
Can
is.
we?
And teleports. Yeah, you can
Oh,
teleport.
man.
And
Teleports make sense.
3-foot-long adamantium swords that make no sense to being stored in your arm and being able to bend your arm. Like, it doesn't make any damn sense.
Did we ever see him bend his arm?
Yeah, when they was fighting, because he sheathed the swords and would fight.
I
Like,
don't
he'd
remember.
throw
I blocked
punches.
it out.
So quick 60 seconds back to Mike and Dave. These two guys, they're brothers. They're not friends. They're not fraternity college buddies. They're brothers with a dad that's disappointed in them but won't quite say it because he's their dad. Their sister's getting married and shenanigans. Go see it. Again, you're not going to stop laughing. Unless you're the type of person that doesn't like fart jokes because, again, it's shock humor.
Yeah.
It's raunchy. It's disgusting. It's my kind of shit.
What's
So-
your number?
What's my number?
Yeah.
I'd give it a solid 4.
Solid 4.
I'd say 3.5 to 4 again because it's that type of humor that most people just aren't into, and I can totally understand that. Bob Saget told a joke about fucking Kimmy Gibbler, so I mean, if that's the kind, if you don't want to hear it, my stepmom would not watch this movie. I can see it now. Hell, they walked out of her and her hubby one time went to see what was I'm pretty sure it was an old Adam Sandler flick, and she said they couldn't make it through it. Wrestlers.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, but it's not their type of flick. Dick jokes and yeah. You see a couple white bitches get high on X and try to ride horses butt naked. I mean, come on, it's that kind of humor. See, the kid's laughing, so go see it.
That'll be edited out in post. Probably not. So we hit everything on our list of things that we wanted to talk about for sure. We've got a couple more movies upcoming. Like we said, Ghostbusters is first this week.
Can we talk about Suicide Squad?
We got Suicide Squad coming up.
Can we talk about The Killing Joke?
Animated Killing Joke. Yeah, rated R animated Killing Joke.
We got like a week and a half. Yeah, it is.
Oh.
Did you have your ticket yet?
No, not yet.
Why not? I've been trying to organize your group.
Because he's stuck here watching us listen to the
I have no idea when this is going to be posted, but July 25th, select theaters across the country, The Killing Joke, one night only, before its Blu-ray release later this year. Go see it.
Yeah.
If you're a comic fan, go see it.
The Killing Joke is easily the best Joker story ever told.
It's a rated R animation.
And it's a Batman movie.
It's a rated R animated Batman movie.
It's a Batgirl movie.
And Mark Hamill reprises his role as the Joker.
And Kevin Conroy.
And Kevin Conroy.
Tara Strong. Tara Strong back as Batgirl. Yeah.
So there's no reason to not pay $10, whatever the hell a ticket costs, wherever the hell you are, even though there's only 7 people listening to this.
We're up to 7?
Tony's like, I don't need to listen to these guys now. I'm listening to them recording the show.
Right.
I don't need to listen to the show. David sent me the file for the last one. I didn't listen to it yet.
No, I'm bored.
It's only 18 minutes long.
It's not. It's an hour and 15 minutes long. That's another story for another day. What else? We got Suicide Squad, which looks absolutely amazing.
Stop.
Doctor Strange.
Hating on the Joker, people.
The Joker looks great.
Again, reboot. It's a reboot. Get over it.
Yeah, it's a retell. We're not going to get the same Joker that
He's
we've
not
seen
funny,
before.
though. I mean, he's not funny.
We'll come back to that later.
Harley Quinn looks great. I'm excited to see Will Smith as Deadshot.
Dude, we get Deadshot. We're getting Captain Boomerang.
Killer Croc. I never thought we'd see him in
Killer Croc in a live-action movie.
where it's not all CGI.
Right, and it's a practical
Practical
suit.
effect. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
El Diablo. We know Slipknot is going to die. I'm sorry if you are watching this or listening to this and you watch the trailer and you're like, who's the guy with the cornrows? That's Slipknot. You know why nobody knows who that cat is? Because he's expendable. Because they're going to kill him. That guy's going to be the one to die out of this team.
I mean, hell, that's 90% of the premise of Suicide Squad. They're all expendable.
Now, mind you, I don't know if he's going to be the, he's going to die because, he gets killed by somebody or something, or if it's going to be there's a bomb in my head, but I think I can get away anyway. Bang, and Amanda Waller has to exert her authority.
Awesome.
I bet that's what they do.
That would be great.
Because actually, to think about it, in the later parts of the trailers where you see the team, he's not there.
No.
They blow his head up.
One part.
They blow his head up. Oh, God, please blow his head up. That'd make me happy. Who'd they do that to in The Flash? Shrapnel. It was Arrow. It was Arrow.
Oh, yeah.
In season 2?
I can't remember now.
Season
I know
3.
what you're talking about.
I think it was 3.
Yeah.
Two did.
It would have been 3, yeah.
I mean, speaking of that, we, aside from the movies, we're getting Supergirl in August on CW. They're replaying season 1, so that way those of us didn't watch it. Everybody in this room.
I'm not gonna lie, the crossovers made me care about that show.
Yeah, that makes me want to watch it, so I think we're gonna watch it, and they're gonna tie it in. So I think we kind of need to. We're getting Supergirl on CW, the complete first season starting in August, and then today, July, whatever today's date is, July 12th. I don't know if you guys saw it, but they revealed the Kid Flash costume.
Yeah, saw it last night.
He's black. Get over it.
Well, he's black in the comics.
Get over it. Somebody's going to make the argument. You know what's going to happen.
Yeah, you're right.
And it's going to be some idiot who's never read the comics who's just going to assume that every superhero ever is white.
It's lightning. It's white.
Yeah. Tony said he's not wrong.
I'm my favorite character, White Lightning.
Right? I'm going to have to punch somebody in the mouth. It's just going to happen.
I mean, granted, in the current rebirth, there's 2 Wally Wests, and it's kind of convoluted.
Yeah, he's white in the new the paradox wasn't it the paradox?
Flashpoint Paradox? Was Wally in it?
Yeah, they had 3 Flashes in it because they were doing the running thing. And no, you know what? It
You're
might have
thinking
been
of
Young Justice. Yeah, it was
You're
Young
thinking of Young Justice. Yes,
Yeah.
Young Justice. Wally was Wally.
That was
Right.
before.
That was original Wally too, though.
Yeah, that wasn't.
That was before New 52
Was
Wally
Cousin
ever.
Wally
All I'm
now.
saying is somebody's going to point to it and be like, he was white.
Right. I mean, if you had to watch Flash season 2, you shouldn't say that like by now.
Right.
But unfortunately, you're right. But that suit looks.
I was expecting him to be white. I mean, Iris is black, but why can't Wally be black?
I mean,
Look, I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying these arguments are going to be made, and I'm going to have to hide for a while to avoid going to jail.
look, the suit looks awesome.
It does.
It looks straight out of the comics.
It really did. That's what really made me go, that's awesome.
I was surprised to see them do the one piece from the head up. Like,
yeah.
Shoot, I rolled over, looked at my Facebook messages, and it was from Dave. Yo! Wally West revealed. Yeah.
That gives me... I mean, first and foremost, we're getting Flashpoint in the TV show in some way, shape, or form. And now we are guaranteed to get Kid Flash this season. That makes me happy. Like, that's something that I didn't expect to see. But we're getting it. The only announcement for Arrow was Cody Rhodes is going to be in it. We don't know who he's playing, but he's in it.
Right.
Arrow's getting a new costume.
Arrow's getting a new
He does it
costume
every
again.
season.
Well, I mean, that's his evolution every season. Something
Yeah, I
changes
mean, it's like the
about him.
bat suit changing and all that.
Whether it's his costume,
Especially
his
because Green
attitude.
Arrow is CW's answer to Batman, so it kind of makes sense.
Speaking of, Arrow's going to be... Arrow and Flash both. They're damn near going to be new shows with their next seasons. Characters are gone.
They almost
one
have to
way
be.
or another. I'm just excited.
See, but remember, though, at the beginning of last season of Arrow, like, everybody was gone the season before that, and they all came back 2 episodes in.
I mean, think about how's Joe going to react to Wally being Kid Flash?
Well, we don't know what universe this is, though. That's the thing. It's like...
Because everything could have changed now.
Yeah, like
It's
it
Flashpoint.
could have been Wally that got struck by lightning in the first
Right.
place, and Barry
'cause-
doesn't have his powers.
Because the one rumor I heard was that Barry doesn't have his powers.
That's what I heard too.
Yeah.
Was he's going to be support and not
Right.
the
He's
Flash,
not gonna
at
have
least
his
for a
powers,
little
so it'll
while.
be
I don't
Wally.
think they're going to go that far with it. I think they're going to retain the story arcs that are going. And
But if he saved his mom, he's not
He's
going to have his
depowered.
powers.
no, I know he's not going to have his powers, but I mean, as far as the characters as they are, I don't think they're going to go to the point where, oh, look, everything's different. I just don't think they're going to do that. I'm not saying that they can't.
There's a huge ripple coming from this.
It
Yeah, I
is.
mean, that's
I
what
just-
happened in Flashpoint.
Right, I just don't think they're going to do it.
Well, I mean,
if they
it's going to
do-
happen for at least 3 episodes.
If they do, then Barry's probably going to remember everything still. And
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And he's going to be struggling to relate to
It's
the-
gonna
the
be just
new
like
versions.
Flashpoint Paradox, to where he goes to somebody to get his powers back, and they're gonna be like, "You're crazy. What do you mean, get your powers back? Why do you strap yourself into that chair to get struck by lightning? What the hell is wrong with you?" Except for it won't be Thomas Wayne this time.
It'll
I hope
probably be
it might
Oliver
be.
Queen.
That'd be great.
No, I think it'll be Oliver Queen.
You think it'll be?
Well, it's got to be someone that he knew in the
Mills,
other.
yeah, Green Arrow.
Speaking of Oliver Queen, and we've been talking about this show has to affect everything he's
Yeah,
been
they already
in.
said it's
and
going to affect Arrow.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping we see that's how they bring Supergirl into it. Like Flashpoint
Oh, so
made
that
them...
means Laurel's coming back.
Nope.
No?
Nope. They already said she's not coming back.
Okay.
Isn't there a whole new Canary or something? Wasn't that
Yeah, you didn't finish last season.
Artemis, they're getting an Artemis.
This is a spoiler. I know you don't care. I mean, the season's over by now. You guys should have watched it. When Laurel dies, a girl steals her gear. I can't remember what the character's name was, but she steals her gear and goes around as the Black Canary to wreak vengeance for something, her father getting killed or something trivial that we all
that
No,
Street
it
Girl,
was
was
for
it?
Oliver.
No,
because-
it wasn't Sin.
It was
That
because
would've been
no, it was for Oliver. Well,
would've
against
been cool.
Oliver because they didn't save her family and friends when they
Oh
went,
yeah, at
when
the
they
prison.
went
Yeah,
and
because
raided,
they were
Damien
under
Dark.
Damien Dark's control,
Right.
and they weren't able. They didn't save
Oliver
her,
only
her mom and
saved
dad.
his friends, and this girl took. She was like, "You could have saved all of us." What
So
the
she
fuck?
took Laurel's stuff and went on a rampage as Black Canary and went after Damien Dark. She's coming back in the next season as Artemis. Like, they've confirmed that she's going to be Artemis, the Young Justice version of Artemis.
Whatever. Laurel could stay dead. She almost lost my $70 hoodie. I'm still mad at that.
That's a whole other story yet again.
Don't say
That he has to tell on his own podcast because I'm not getting sued by this woman.
Woman probably don't even remember me.
Right? I was just reading a thing from Katie Cassidy that says that the way she'd want Laurel to come back wouldn't be Laurel, but Black Siren. Again, and have her and Sarah fight in like an episode of Legends or something. I was like, that would be kind of cool, but kind of sad at the same time. So we're at a midnight launch for Civil War II, number 3, like the big Marvel book where somebody's supposed to die and it's supposed to be a big death. So I think we're going to wrap up because people are going to start coming in.
We hit everything already?
We hit everything on the list.
Oh, snap.
Go
Go see Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad is Ghostbusters, Suicide Squad, then Doctor Strange. We really kind of glazed over Doctor Strange. I mean,
We haven't
honestly,
seen too much about it, though.
I was going to say, we don't know a lot about it, but Comic-Con is in 2 weeks.
There'll be another trailer.
So we'll get another full trailer for it, hopefully. Maybe we'll finally get the villain reveal, because, like, for the 3 of us that are doing this podcast, for the 3 of us to not know who the main villain is for a movie, even though they haven't made an announcement, that is a major lockdown.
They've said that already.
Mordo's in it, but he's not the villain.
I was going to say, if anyone knows, it's Levis. And he's been keeping it.
And he doesn't know. Nobody knows. Like, it's on lock. I have seen the guy playing the villain, but they haven't said who he's playing. And based on the makeup job they've done on him, I don't know who it is. Because it doesn't make sense. I was like, I don't know who the hell this guy. I know a lot about Marvel, and I don't know who this cat is. So we'll see. But I mean, looks great. Looks like it's going to be fun. I can't wait for like the next 5 years. DC's got a lot on their plates. Marvel's got a lot on their plates. Did you see that?
DC's still playing catch up.
They are, but they got a lot on their plate.
Yeah.
Did you see that Gambit is actually supposed to start shooting next year in spring of 2017?
Yeah, they were talking about how great the script is. I don't believe it.
We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, this was Geek Talk. This is going to be the first episode. We don't know when this is going to go live yet. For all 7 or 8 of you guys listening to it.
8 now?
It might be 8. It might be 8. Might be 8.
Oh, yeah, another guy walked in.
Yeah, another guy walked in. He's listening to it while we're talking about it. He might not listen to it after we get done.
He's not listening at all.
He's not listening at all. But I really hope that we actually, they're talking about Pokemon Go behind us. We didn't talk about that.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that.
We didn't touch on Pokemon Go because that's the new hot thing right now. It's the new hotness. New hotness. I think we're good.
Yeah, we won't stop. I mean,
Pokemon Go is a fun game.
it is.
Oh, yeah.
It's
I've made some
awesome.
new friends.
I mean, there are tons of hate from people not playing it. Yet again, this goes back to what we were talking about earlier. Just because you don't like something, don't make fun of people that like it.
Also, don't judge it.
Enjoy things.
Right.
Yeah, don't judge
I
it.
have
if you
not
haven't
seen
played it.
so many people outside.
Right?
Right.
I don't even care. Walking, bike riding,
There are people-
skateboarding, driving. I don't.
There are people passed out on the
outside.
sidewalk today because it was so hot, but they had to catch Pokemon.
Yeah, I mean,
Skin getting ripped off of the pavement and everything, but you got
Right.
the damn Pikachu.
Right. Well, there's a Pikachu. I went after it too. I missed a 220
Right.
Pikachu earlier. I was
I
sad.
hatched the Pikachu yesterday, so
Yeah, I saw it, but I missed that 220 Pikachu. I did a Yui and tried to go back for it.
But it's just such a it's a fun game, and it, like Cajun said, it's a good way to bring people. We're meeting all kinds of people, like talking to people, and it's like it's all fun. Nobody's really hating each other. Like there was the one incident of the idiots that were setting people up to rob them and stuff, but that got quashed real fast. They caught him. Like, I mean, like had we been at Point Park and asked to be a little bit longer last night, we might have gotten arrested. We just missed that. Apparently.
I don't know. There was enough white people there. I don't think it would have. I don't think it would have went down that way. No,
That would have made it worse, probably.
Probably. We'd have been holding hostage for a Pikachu.
right, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you have a badge, let just. We're not causing trouble. I promise.
Right. We're playing
Do
Pokemon.
some research about how the game works.
You gotta go outside.
to
You
these
gotta. It's
landmarks.
AR. Like you gotta go to different landmarks.
Right. But also, the people playing, be respectful for where you're at.
Yeah.
Cemeteries,
Right, too.
don't be sitting on the tombstones.
Yeah.
Like, don't do
That's disrespectful.
Clean up your mess. Like I saw the post earlier, downtown Willoughby, one of the cities around us. Like the gazebo is a Pokestop. And somebody went there and there was just trash
I was
everywhere.
picking up somebody's
Cajun was picking
pizza
up
boxes and shit.
pizza boxes last night. Like
If you're going to be out doing this, don't
be
don't trash the
respectful.
place.
Don't make this something that gets us all in trouble.
Right. We already have what? The one hospital taking away
Yeah.
their stock.
Yeah.
Because it's causing too much problems.
Yeah. I mean, you just gotta have fun with it, but be respectful, like John said. Like you can't. Just because other people hate it, don't let them have a reason to hate us. Let them realize that we're having fun.
Right.
And it's a fun thing, and it's something we do. I mean, like shit.
And join Team Yellow if you haven't joined the team yet.
Join, go red.
Instinct.
Valor.
Instinct.
Valor all the way.
Voltrace. Throwing up gang signs. Voltrace.
You're wearing a red bandana. So.
I was going to leave the Latin Kings thing out of it. He's throwing up gang signs. So
Red's my favorite color, but I don't like the team red. See, but that's just the thing, too, is a lot of people are like... People were trying to say we're taking the competition thing too far, and we're not. Like, John's team red, me and Caitlin's team yellow, and we're best friends. Like, we fight in Pokemon. Like, at most, like, the only time you'll ever see the three of us fighting is in a video game.
Speaking of fighting in video games, Injustice 2.
Injustice 2, yeah. This
See,
podcast is not going to end.
Again, best friend. I didn't even have to say. I said, speaking of fighting in video games.
And all of us were like, DC's got a fighting game coming out.
Wait. Next year, though, I'm really sad.
Yeah, it's taken way too long.
But, I mean, it'll be done right.
If you haven't watched the trailer for Injustice 2 yet, there's a teaser
there's
trailer.
There's a teaser trailer, there's a full trailer, and then there's fight footage. You need to watch all. If you're a superhero fan, watch this stuff.
If you're listening to this, you clearly have access to YouTube.
Right.
Go to YouTube. We're not getting paid for that either.
I know. We also don't know where this is going to be hosted, so by the time this is put up, hopefully through SoundCloud, I will probably put this on the Indie Geek Expo plug YouTube page as well.
October 22nd.
October 22nd, 2016, Spire Center.
Geneva,
Ohio. If you have any questions, go to indiegeekexpo.com.
Do a podcast there of some sort. A quick, short one. Something.
Probably pre-setup.
Pre-setup, yeah.
End of the day. And
we can do one midday.
Day after.
Bring in like a random one of our 7 listeners to start.
And our listeners are traveling for us.
Right.
Actually, that's what we really need to start doing. This thing is plugging the Indie Geek thing. That's your own shit. You got Tony in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, indiegeekexpo.com. NEGEEKEXPO.com. That's the website. That's where you should go. Again, what it boils down to is, like, if you're playing Pokemon Go, be respectful. But if you're not playing, don't hate people that are playing. If you're watching Batman vs. Superman and you like it, cool. If you don't like it, cool. You ain't got to hate each other. If you're watching X-Men Apocalypse and you like it, cool. If you don't like it, you ain't got to hate each other. If you're watching Ghostbusters and you like it, cool. If you don't like it, go watch the original and enjoy yourself. Like,
let people enjoy things.
Yeah, give things a chance.
Let people have fun with what they want to have fun with. Like, I mean, that's the point of being a geek. Like, we all got made fun of this shit growing up.
Speaking of Ghostbusters, he just set up some new merch.
There's something strange at Tony's shop. You guys should come down to Robot Zero.
Yeah, what's the address here, Tony? We'll give you a real quick.
23 West Main.
23 West Main, Jefferson, Ohio.
Geneva. Ohio.
Oh, shit.
Worst plug ever. Good thing he's not paying. We would have to give him all his money back.
I'm disappointed.
Gotta get somebody shot.
I've lived here for how fucking long?
He said there were comics.
Oh, man. Right?
That is getting edited out in post for sure. Man, Geneva, Ohio.
23 West Main, Geneva, Ohio.
Geneva.
Right on Route 20.
Facebook.com/RobotZero.
Facebook.com/RobotZero.
Come see my man Tony Capo.
Right.
Thanks, guys.
Go eat at their restaurants, Capo's Pizza.
Capo's Pizza.
You got 3 choices for
Delicious.
Capo's Pizza, so you ain't even got... You can't say, oh, there's not one close enough to me. No, you can find one. You can find one. And it's the truth, too. Capo's Pizza is the truth.
Even if you are in Jefferson.
There's one near Jefferson, isn't there? You hear that?
Tony's like, you order a pizza, he will drive. I bet if I call Tony for a pizza while working at the mall, he'd bring me one.
Unlike the comic shop.
Unlike some restaurants,
Oh, man.
if I called Tony for a comic, he'd bring me one. That might have to happen in the wintertime, man.
I was even thinking about that. Also, comics, I'm not
Y'all hear that?
Money.
Delivery comic books. Nobody does that other than the subscription service.
Right.
This
Well,
man will come to your house.
Is it $5 charge?
Tip him well.
Right.
If he shows up, ladies, keep your clothes on. He's married.
He does have that Silver Fox thing going on.
Tony, don't deliver to Caden's house. All right, boys. I think that's enough for tonight. We covered everything we had to talk about. Signing off from Robot Zero in Geneva, Ohio.
Geneva.
Not
Geneva.
Jefferson. That's my fault.
I have been David Jackson.
Should I Steve Harvey that shit?
He really did. He really did. Oh God, he really did. He pulled a Steve Harvey. He really did. He had it right in front. There's a sign above his head and everything. They handed Cajun the wrong card. We're gonna try this again. Signing off from Robot Zero in Geneva, Ohio. I'm David Jackson.
John Smith.
Cajun Prime.
This has been Geek Talk, the dark side and the white side. You guys have a good night.